Yay, that was quick. We did it, everybody. We're here. It's week 9. We made it. I ran out of hair shit, so my hair is down.
Hair shit. Why do you put shit in your hair?
Huh? What? Well, listen, it's organic and it's good for you.
Fair enough.
And
good.
Probably.
And I like the taste.
Welcome everybody to week 9 of Sahlen's Legacy. If you're not familiar with the show, welcome. We're a live play D&D game. We play 5e. I'm pretty loose with the rules because I'm still learning all of them because there's a lot. But you know, we're here to have fun and tell a good story. That's the point. And if you're new to Perception Studio, also welcome. So we'll start at the top of the week. I always start this and then loop back to Sunday. So what's up? Oh, okay, no. Every Sunday, we have Cinephilia, which is our movie talk show with Will and Art. Art's going to be gone for a few weeks, so we're going to try and bring in some guests and have a good time with that. We chat movies, and we include you in the discussion. It's a lot of fun, and it's wow!
Whoa, thanks for the sub!
Hey,
What's up,
Barking Daryl.
And Tuesday nights is this show. This is Sahlen's Legacy. This is my little world I made and these are all my friends that came to play. We're going to introduce them in a second. And on Wednesdays we play Dungeons & Dragons with our felted friends, Chunk Cucumber, occasionally Willow, but currently with Amber, and DM Ryan, who's currently running the board. You can't see him, so I pointed to him anyway.
He's over there.
Hey, did you build this world with a box of scrap?
That's the tam tam. It's a thing.
Like the Australian cookie?
No,
Is there a dance?
There's a tam tam
Oh, it's
dance.
tam
Chunk
tam.
invented it. So yeah.
Is that how it goes?
So it's you push the arms out, your eyes go back, and anyway, it's great. It's a good time.
Yes.
Yay! Holy crap! Twin Angela just
Angela.
We got both the twins.
Oh, so many twins.
So Wednesdays we play that. Currently, Quarter to One is being retooled before we bring it back toward the end of May. And we'll be having more like fun games and stuff, and we'll keep you guys included in what all that is going to be. We're still playing with it, and we're happy for suggestions. If you want to jump into our Discord, actually all of you should jump into our Discord. That is where you get all the updates of what we are doing. It's also the best way to contact us and keep in touch with all the other checkers that are out there, which is super fun. Yeah, that said, let's get into our show for a moment. Before we introduce you guys, we're also going to go through our incentive-y things.
Fair enough.
So, there are ways for you to influence the game. Starting with, at $5, you can give a Sahlen's blessing. And Sahlen is the god of this world, so this is giving them a nice little blessing. It gives them, you hashtag the specific character that you would like to have that blessing. They can use that D4 to add to any roll. Whether that is a check, whether that is an attack, whether that is for damage, they can cash in at any point. The only rule for those is they don't stack. At $10, you can add to the pool of rerolls for our heroes. Rerolls allow them to reroll their poor rolls. If they roll a nat 1 instead of really terrible things happening, it allows them a second chance. At $15, you can give me rerolls. I have a bunch stockpiled right now. I'm super happy about it. So the DM rerolls allows me to force them to reroll good rolls. So if they get a natural 20 and they think they're going to do very well, I will make them roll again. Or, any other time I want them to fail. It's a good time. At $25, you can drop a character. Just describe the character and we'll make it fit, and it'll be lots of fun. And then this is a goal thing. So at every $100, we will drop a monster. I have pulled some monsters that are ready to go. Last week it was a nightmare.
So crazy.
And
I missed the fun.
but like the best kind of nightmare. So it was, thank you all for the support. And also every dollar that comes through helps us do these shows and helps us continue to do them and bring them to you. And eventually we'll be able to do more stuff. So we're going to bring more shows. We're going to have more specials and stuff coming up late May, and it's going to be fun. And we're back. All right, so we're back. We never left. I'm stupid.
We sleep here.
Ryan, let us out of our cages.
They don't let me out.
Yay. Let's start with you.
Oh, hi. I'm Bubo, a Quailier elf,
Yay.
and I have a beast pet friend.
Heart beast.
Heart beast.
I'm helpful.
I'm gonna go with that word, heart beast. That's a great word.
Oh, thanks.
Heart beast.
I made it up.
Named Dumeril. He's a half eagle, half owl, and he likes to perch on my shoulder for now until he gets too large. The day comes when I can ride him.
He is a little bigger today.
Oh, he's a little bigger.
He's grown.
Oh, a little bigger. That's cute.
And who are you as a person?
Oh, I'm Andrew, by the way. Or not Danny. Or
Not Danny,
fake
Stunt
Danny.
Danny,
Or stunt Danny.
gluten-tolerant Danny.
Gluten-tolerant Danny. I feel like there's like a new one over the weekend that was pretty good too. Can't remember what it was.
There's so many.
Stand-in.
You're gonna get like
Stand-in Danny.
Daenerys Stormborn. Just have like so many titles under your name.
Just stack
First
them
of
all
his
on.
name.
Yeah,
Second look-alike to Danny. The first. But yes.
I love it.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Justin. I play the character of Nitsage. Yes, I'm sporting this look today because I just love White Goodman so much. No, sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm playing a bad guy tomorrow for a little fight scene, and this is how I use
So
my
bad guys
hand.
have.
Really bad
Really
facial
This
bad
bad
facial.
guy does.
Like
This
that guy.
bad
like
guy
a
does.
dancing cat.
That's what I do. I do this. Oh, what a day. Yeah, so Nitsage is also a Kwai as well. He's a wizard, and he also has a animal with him named Hailstorm. It's a half horse, half dragon. So yeah, I don't have any other names or titles to go by, and this is my wife Haley. Look at her.
Hi, I'm Haley. I play Aura. She is a tiefling rogue with new warlock capabilities. So she's just having some fun with some magic that she recently acquired. So, yes.
Oh yeah, everybody leveled up from last week to this week. All level 5 now. They were level 4 before. You benefited from their work.
From our near death.
Near death.
From our near
Wasn't
death.
You were like, what, a
fault.
point away from...
5. I was 5
points away from...
But then when I was unconscious, I was 7 points away from being like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Doctor Strange came and saved my life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor Strange.
Good job, Doctor.
So, also, for all of you guys at the table, feel free to comment on the chat. I'm going to do my best to not watch it, because I did that a lot last week, and I found myself getting very distracted. I'm actually going to close it. Just so that I know what's up, because I don't mind.
Okay.
Anywho, so where we left off last week, you all went through the Thornbrush. Was that what it called it? Thornbrush. Hey, I remember.
Oh,
You went through the Thornbrush Forest.
Yeah.
Yep. Norel and
To recover Kannakin children, rather, 2 pups, where you also found Gnome Cap was bundled up in some webs as well.
goodness.
You met a spider shepherd and his ilk. He was a fallen Kwai Cool. So he has a heart beast that was probably at one point a very beautiful animal, and he somehow used magic to torture it into this hideous form, which was half boar, half spider. And there were giant spiders. It was cool.
Boar spider.
And then everything happened. So
lots
the
of
Avengers-ish showed up. And a purple Thanos orc. And you got a really good taste of one of not Kurluk, I apologize. What's his name? Oh, Kurluk. Look at me. I'm remembering things. Kurluk, one of Kurluk's stronger agents, lieutenants.
Yeah.
And they are the tougher sort of orc. But you made it through. So you're currently at the edge of the forest, and you can see the foot of the mountain directly in front of you. This is known as the Live Gate of Copperforge because it is off to the west side of the mountain. And on the west side of the mountain is where basically all the gnomes come out to hunt all of their game in these forests. They also farm north of the forest. So now that you're also at the foot of the mountain and clear of the forest, you can see that there's a vast farmland of various fruits, vegetables, orchards, everything just out there and very well tended. There are automata harvesters that are out there basically tending the crops, and there are machine masters out there tinkering with stuff, making sure things are working well. You can barely see them above the crop because the gnomes are very small. And they don't really take note of you because they're used to people coming in and out of this gate often. It's the Grand Gate, which is on the south side of the mountain, that is generally used for...
I'm just reading the comments. There's a lot of gluten talk.
Gluten. My favorite. But yeah, so this is an easy way in and out from Copperforge. Now, what you know about Copperforge, for the most part, is that they are very technologically advanced. They tinker, they make machines, they imbue the mechanics with enchantments and magic, and they kind of weave it all together to make these things that work like nobody's business. Where the dwarves are the expert metalsmiths, these people just make things work. They don't work for very long sometimes, but you know that they can build you just about anything you can imagine, which is why they are the wealthiest kingdom, period, on Sol. They do very well for themselves. And because of that, they are very protective of themselves. So it is their security, the way they keep eyes on things and visitors and stuff like that is very. It is known to be not necessarily dangerous, but think of the worst TSA experience of your life, and that is.
So we
kind
can't
of the
just simply walk into Copperforge.
We're gonna take our shoes off before we go in.
Get
Take our
ready.
belt off.
Get ready.
Do you approach the door? You look around?
Yeah, and now, so obviously this is sealed with leather strap, but in our world, is it sealed with
It is
the
sealed
governor's?
with wax. It is sealed with the governor's seal, and the seal is two clasped hands over an anchor.
Oh, okay.
And that is the symbol of the governor's seat of Raufel. But yeah, I couldn't get one fast enough. But yeah, so this is for those of you who may have missed a couple weeks. This scroll contains basically the plea of Governor Urit Sile, and they are delivering it because he is ill to Queen Sleekrun of the Gnomes, so that they can get a bunch of money for Raufel, so they can rebuild. And Raufel is a coastal city that they all came from and met in. So at this point, it's all you. Where would you like to go?
Wow, what a beautiful mountain. The structure is just amazing. You can spend weeks here.
Yep. It's a nice rock. Looks good. Perhaps we should enter it. What do you think?
Perhaps if I'd like to find a tavern, I could use a drink.
Well, I don't see any out here in the fields.
Yes,
should go
let's enter. What do we see looking at the gate?
As you look at the gate, you see the door is intended to be practical, but in a very gnomish sense. Practical to them is Swiss Army knife, basically, kind of practical. So the doors look normal until you look closer at them, and you realize there are several doors within doors. Smaller versions of the doors can open. So say a gnome needed to exit, there is a gnome-sized door. Say a humanoid, a little bit taller, needs to exit, there is a door for them as well. There's a door that seems to fit a person on a rider. There's a large square door in the center of that. So all of them seem to lock and unlock together for whatever purposes may be needed. But also, as you look at the mountain, you recognize it as being, you've seen this before, just in miniature. The little tiny mountain that you saw at Oriphel's place, it was correct down to the tree. It is unreal, and the same birds kind of scatter as you approach the mountain as well. But as you approach the door, no one really approaches you. There's some farmers that are close enough to see you approaching. They kind of pop their heads over the wheat and then go back down to their business and keep tinkering with the machines and harvesting.
Do we know the tradition by which we enter a place like this, or do we just
You've been here before.
run up and knock on the door?
Yeah. So you generally go through the Grand Gate. So you've never been to this one, but you know over there, it's just they have manned guards on the Grand Gate. So you would just be like, this is my business.
Right.
So you haven't been to an unmanned gate yet. So they would generally send word back up so that they can open the gate. But here it doesn't seem to be manned. There's nobody here.
Well, you've been here for a while now.
Yes. Normally I come in the other side. So the other side has guards, and then you can talk to the guards, and then you can say, this is what's going on, this is the business we have a letter for the queen, and so on and so forth. But
Do we really want to come out and say we have official business with the queen right away?
Well, why not?
We're going to have eyes on us the entire time we're here.
But it might get us in and better standing.
All right.
What he said. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull out. Well, then here, you hold on to this then, and.
All right, I'll take this.
All right, let's head on in.
Sure. You approach the door. your size door, which is the third one from the center to the right. You knock on it, and a sort of iris just, and there's a red glowing thing. Yeah, essentially that. It comes out on a little spindly arm, and it's just kind of. No, it doesn't. But it does seem expectant. It just kind of examines you, and examines you, and it just seems to be waiting.
We have a letter here for the queen.
It's a.
Yes, it's from.
The governor of Rufal.
Thank you.
We're here on official business.
One guy doing the one thing. Official business for the queen. You see the seal?
It locks in on the seal, and you hear sort of like a.
Approved.
You hear the door sort of falls, and then retracts into the larger portion of the gate, and it's open for you to enter.
Excellent. Will I step in?
Excellent. You do so. No one immediately stops you, but there are people guarding the inside of the door. And it is a...
Hello?
They want a wonga.
There is a very stout gnome with a red cape and lots of brass. It's not exactly armor. It just seems to be just kind of gilding of status. Brass pieces, brass bracers, that kind of thing. It doesn't look like it would do anything in a fight, but she seems to mean business, and she's watching you all as you enter. But as you look up and around, you notice, the first thing you notice is you're no longer standing still once you take a step further. The entire ground level of the mountain is rotating. It's all a metal floor. It's spinning around slowly, as is every strata above you. You can see a series of pipes and everything around the central. There's a central spoke in the very, very center, easily 500. Actually, no, more than that. About 1,000 feet away, actually. This place is immense. There's a large sort of bulbous central piece. It looks kind of like a kettlebell shape. And then it has rings above it that lock it in. And each level has another lock on it. And the entire place
Does it look like the main gear hub for this?
It's hard to say, actually. It doesn't look like there's much machinery in that particular place, but everything seems to spoke off of it in a different way. There are pipes and there are cables coming out from that and running to various portions.
How does one get from level to level?
You notice, as you're looking, there are various larger tubes kind of around, and they're all marked. And you see gnomes just kind of like, yep, and they just hop in and they'll, and they go up.
Oh my gosh, it's a huge mail system.
Or there is like an air cushion pushing up so that that assists you down. So you can get to any level. They're all clearly marked. But it seems to go on forever in either direction. There are places where the floor is graded, so you can see. Sometimes as the spinning lines up, you can see almost straight down into the darkness. Or if you're looking up, they have carved thin slats into the tip of the mountain so that natural light can cut in, but nothing else can get in. It's razor thin shards of light come in. It's kind of like the noir lighting, like the blinds lighting, kind of like that slag goes straight down. But everything is glittering brass and copper and gold and just
how beautiful,
gorgeous.
Yes,
polished.
I would agree. This place is very lovely. Perhaps there's a map somewhere. What do you think?
Oh, I got one. I got one. They have little slots here of maps. Yeah.
Are they in different languages too?
Oh yeah, yes, it's the Quailir version of the map.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
This is. Oh great.
I'm gonna grab the infernal one just for fun.
Well, there's not much on it. It's pretty basic.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll help.
You are here.
Yeah, that's what it says. Well, it looks like we should go up, but this place is extraordinary. I kind of wanted to explore a little bit.
Well, if you're planning on exploring,
Go on.
you're going to be exploring with me.
The little woman and all the bronze just walks up to you.
Oh, and then you are
Good question. I'm Baroness Kettle.
Baroness
Kettle?
Kettle.
Yes.
Oh, a baroness. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, Kettle.
And I
Critics?
prostrate myself.
Pleased to meet you. Are we normally giving us is it normal to have an escort here in this city?
Oh, indeed. Now, the seal is true, so you will see the queen, but we have our customs. We must always have tea before one sees the queen.
Do you have ale?
No. Well, yes. Tea is sort of a name for the experience, not essentially the food. We'll prepare some ale for you.
That would be very nice. We've come a long way.
Wonderful. Until then, enjoy your leisure. Explore the place. If you'd like any information about any level, I'm willing to accommodate you. But before you see the Queen, we will have tea.
Excellent. Like right now, or in a few minutes, or...
At your leisure.
Oh, at our leisure.
Just call for kettle. I'll be there.
All right.
It's like recess.
Wait, so we can walk around without her now? Oh. All right.
Quite.
Sounds good. Let's walk around.
Okay. What do we see?
Well, currently, you are on, so the map that you have
Central level.
found, she kind of gives you like a little pamphlet to be like, this is the general gist. We know it's complicated. We made it, kind of thing. So you know that the central level, this is the widest disc in the mountain. And nobody exactly lives here, but a lot of people spend time here. So there is it's meant to be the public space. It's meant to be the sort of, this is the gathering area where
Common
people
ground.
come to relax and have a good time. So you also see there are, on the sides of the disc, there's a sort of amphitheater like hammered out into the brass. And you recognize it as a sort of forum. There are also public baths a little bit further around. It's even more impressive the fact that all of this is spinning and the pipes kind of latch and then unlatch and then latch and then unlatch. So the water continues to flow. There's just large spokes kind of reconnecting where they break. Same thing with the electricity. There's power coming here, it touches, continues, and then touches again. Kind of like a rail system.
Interesting.
There's also just general welcoming, which you know is generally at the other gate. So it's kind of odd for people to come through this gate because normally people come up the straight road. So you're used to a much different sort of meeting where they're just like, oh, welcome, let's show you around. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
tea.
It's a YouTube sub.
There's also a place on the map referred to as the Bowl. And then you can also
see
get
that,
to the Grand
see that.
Gate from here. And the other thing is, like, if you stand still long enough, you'll make it to the other gate. So at this point, you're all just sort of rotating in a clockwise fashion.
So the whole level is rotating?
Yes.
But
It's like
if we,
interventions.
right. But if we stand, we shouldn't make the gate because the gate's moving with us?
The gate is not. So there's a sort of forward lip. So there's a lip behind each gate. So there's sort of like a platform, and then you step on to the disc. Once you're on the disc, you can go to different platforms within. There are also, and the pipes to go from different levels are kind of everywhere and sometimes moving. So some of the pipes will just be in a certain kind of like a record needle. They'll except in
interesting.
reverse, so that the needle is the thing that's kind of twisting around.
Oh, gotcha.
So if you can like, oh, here comes this one, woof, and you can go up to like level 5 or
Oh,
whatever.
gotcha.
Okay.
Again, overly complicated for no reason because
Yes.
they're gnomes and they
Because
don't
they
know
can.
any other way.
Fair enough. Could one get dizzy on this?
It entirely depends. Actually, make a Constitution check. Let's see. It's moving very slowly, but it's definitely jarring.
Moving
This
very
happens
slowly.
nowhere else in this world.
I'm hoping my sea
Would I
legs
be-
would be.
Used to it now.
That's a
'cause I'm
natural
experienced.
one. That's how we get this party started.
Maybe.
Well, you're immediately nauseous. Super seasick.
12. Is it save or just a check?
Yeah, this is safe.
Oh yeah, so 12.
Yeah, you're fine. Boo-boo.
It doesn't matter.
Ugh. What are we at? 10.
You're a little nauseous, but you're all right. You're just not having a good
This
time. You're
is
green.
going to be a long journey.
You feeling
I
alright?
feel you, my friend. I never get used to this, no matter how many times I've been here.
I mean,
Always the same.
I wonder if there's something like a liquid or some kind of fluid I could take to make me feel better.
Not ale.
No, I don't drink ale
Perhaps
anyway.
the tea experience. They were
Oh,
talking
the
about.
tea. Can I just rest my hand on the back of your shoulder?
Of course.
I was talking to him, but okay.
Yeah, she said so. It's fine for her. Touch her.
I don't want to touch her.
Well, rest then. Do what you need.
So as you continue to look at the map and have these conversations, places where you can go. So you are on the central disc, which is the centermost disc here. There are discs above and there are discs below. Above is residential, and on the map it says this is where you'll find commoners, everyday folk, merchants, stores, smokehouses, taverns, that sort of thing. Okay. Above that, next disc up is the political. This is where all the guild halls are of various. They incorporate all sorts of learnings and tasks and professions, including tinkerers, automaton builders, bankers, mercenaries, assassins, hunters, miners, enchanters, everything. Public affairs. So if you ever wanted to, get that fence built in front of your little hovel, this is where you would go. Disc above that is where the royalty is. So this is where you'll find the royal families. Houses, where you'll find private parks, which are lit by those slats. Cut into the mountain. You'll find Queen Gerda's throne room itself, as well as her council. At the very, very peak, the disc is called peak, are the religious temples, the meditation chambers, Alkalites' quarters, and the peak gate. So there is an upper gate outside that spits you out on the mountain ridge, if you ever want to go above. Below is a place called Forge. So that disc is where the pipes are formed, which is their major export. Armor, general forges, tinkerers, enchanters, and weaponsmiths all work there. There is a place of note on there called the Gearhead. It seems to be a shop of some kind. Below that is the prison disc. Below that is the dungeon disc. On this, there is no description of what the difference is between the prison and the dungeon. And below that is a sort of here be monsters sort of picture. The deep. It is marked as the deep. It is not a disc. It is just darkness.
It is the deep.
It is the deep. And that is the general everything that is in Copper Forge.
First I think we should hit Indiana Jones and then go to Pirates. Get the fast pass for Thunder Mountain.
Very important.
And then hop back on. Yeah.
It's just like the people mover. It never
I
stops.
will want a turkey leg.
Of course.
Can we get some churros along the
And
way?
I want to see the library that's at the peak.
The library?
Yes, the peak.
Library's at peak.
Well,
Why
why don't
would
we
you
head
want
up
to
to
see the
the...
library? I want to know what the bowl is. It's right here in the center, so I'd like to go take a look at that.
All right.
Yes. Let's do that first. I guess it's right there. Sure.
So as you start crossing the disc, which is more difficult than, because you want to take the straight shot, but as you continue to walk and as the
I'm
earth
doing
continues to
this,
move
like,
under, it's like,
Oh, I just need I need some milk.
so you see it ahead, and it's flat. It takes you a while to find it because it is level and then hammered out from the bottom. Thank you for the sub. Hey, Cantrip Candles. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram and Twitter and go check out their shop. They make super cool candles that are designed for adventuring in D&D. They've given us a bunch of stuff to give away. They're amazing and they smell great. And they're also designing a game based around scents, an RPG game based around that. So give them all the love, give them all the attention. They're right.
I love candles.
She does love
Do
candles.
check out
So
candles.
Check out Cantrip Candles.
thank
They're
you.
all really good.
Yeah.
Cantrip Candles. Now I have to purchase these things for her.
Yay, thanks. Welcome, guys. Lost my train of thought. Oh, so you're heading to the bowl. It takes you a while because it's kind of everything's in line with the horizon. But then you see that there's a large scoop, and it's basically an amphitheater sort of situation. So it levels down, and then there is a little bit of a ring, and then flat ground in a sort of cube. And you see all kinds of gnomes. There is money changing hands. There are people like waving up tickets. They're betting. They're going for it. And you're bustling past people who are leaving, like ripping their hair out because clearly they've lost something. People brushing past you, all just kind of going to do their business. It's a very busy place, and people. There's some people whose hair is smoking. There's some people who have like little zzz, zzz coming off of their gloves, which you recognize immediately. So as you get closer, a little dark gnome is dressed in all black. He's a little hunched, which is really funny to see because they're already very, very close to the ground. But he looks to you because you seem like the biggest troublemaker out of the bunch. Because I'm assuming right now you're wearing the hat. Yes? No?
Oh. Who are you?
I've never been to Copper Forge. I didn't say I was, so I guess I'm not.
Then he goes to you.
All right.
Would you like to make a little bit of money?
You want to buy some death sticks?
What's the game here?
Well, it's 50-1 against the badger.
Badger.
What? Sorry, is this like a fighting place? Or?
Yeah, it's something like
you know,
that.
oh.
Here's the problem. Badger's gonna lose. If you can help the badger win, we split the money.
If I help the badger win,
Oh, yeah.
am I participating in some kind of fight with the badger?
Oh, no, not directly. No. You've never been to the bowl before.
Never. First time.
Oh, come now.
Yeah, we're very far from Nome. So I
Who's
don't
this
think...
guy?
It's chat's fault. They're asking for gnome puns.
Oh, no.
Gnome place like gnome. All right.
I mean, we're here for a different purpose than betting on the likes of this lot.
Well, quick cash never hurt nobody. Who's this guy?
He's my bookie. Don't worry about him. He's the numbers guy.
No, yeah, I got one of them. Well,
Well, she's not wrong.
tell you what, if we win,
She's not. You got that notebook in.
150 gold in it for you.
It's a lot of gold.
But here's the catch. You can't get caught meddling. But the badger's gotta win.
Listen, we're
If I have
here.
anything that could make a badger better at
I
fighting.
mean, we're here on official business.
Well, official business. Sounds expensive. What's that?
That's none of your business, sir.
Sure.
Put it back in my coat.
Perhaps on the next round.
Well, feel free to watch. You know, it's public forum. I'm gonna lose a lot of money. Have a good day.
Good luck.
He scampers off.
Sahlen's blessing to you.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm kind of curious what it is. I mean,
Oh, are you curious?
Well, I just, that's why
Now
my
he
friends
wants
call me
to
Whiskers. So I'm curious like a cat.
Is that why?
One of the many reasons.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and track him really quick through the crowd.
Sure. No roll for that. He's pretty easy to follow. He's the only stooping gnome who's going up all creepily to people. So he's basically trying to make the deal with a bunch of people. Nobody's taking it.
Okay. How
But-
much was he asking for?
He says if you help throw the match, there's 150 gold in it for you. If the badger
Oh, I
wins,
see.
you get that cut.
Gotcha.
And he's going, but as it continues to, every person he talks to, he's getting a little more desperate. So he's gotten to the point where he's like grabbing people who look kind of like tough and shady. Like actually, he seems to be. For this one, make a perception check, please.
19.
19. You notice that he seems to mostly be going toward people who have a large copper bracer on their left arm. And these are the people he's going up to first.
Interesting.
He tries other people, but these are the ones who are just like, he'll spot in the crowd. He's like, all right, you, come on, like you gotta make a few bucks. It's gonna be fine, come on, please. And he's like starting to like shake people and kind of like find other ways to cut these deals, but he's starting to sweat.
Gotcha. I'll tap him on the shoulder and say, and whisper in his ear, let's have a little fun.
And his?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, well, the fight's about to happen, so it's gonna be against the badger and the cat. Now, the cat is much better equipped than the badger. It's got the long tusk things. It's not nice. And really, the tinkerer behind him is much, much better a designer, but, I like to play the odds.
Did you say tinkerer?
Oh, yeah.
Is this an automaton cat versus an automaton badger?
Oh, yeah, we're not monsters.
Oh, so
BattleBots.
Gnome battlebot.
I didn't know that. I'm actually quite curious.
Oh, did you come with me?
Yes.
I, on the other hand, did not. I
Okay.
hung back. I can see them in the distance, I imagine, because they're probably taller than most.
Well, perhaps today is the badger's day.
I like the way you think. 150 in it for you. Clear as day. Good as my word.
Good as your word, but is your word, is it attached to a name?
They call me Basque. I like the sun. Sue me.
You notice he's a little tanner than the rest of the gnomes.
Okay.
So as you approach the bowl, and I'm guessing you two take your seats, where are you off? You're going up?
I'm just at the top of that bowl.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
So
would
you watch
imagine.
them
So
take
I'm just
their
like
seats.
at a distance, just observing, and kind of. I think my idea is just to keep a lookout to see if I can see any dangers approaching them should anything happen. I'll just kind of hang back a little bit.
Cool. You go down, and there's just there are gnomes of all the castes here. You can spot the royals clear as day. They've got people fanning them and stuff like that. All their copper is in like little tiny chains and ringlets and stuff. Everything's just more delicate on them. The poorer folks are just in kind of burlap, like cheap things. But it's a nice thing to see because they're all interacting together. It seems to be a fairly peaceful place. The only sort of people who seem a little bit off to the side are those that you note with the bracers on their left arm. And you see there's a little gnome in the middle of the ring with a little kind of magical microphone type thing.
All right, everyone, we're ready. On the left, we've got the cat, the biggest, baddest saber tooth you've ever seen. Kitty, kitty!
And just boom, boom. The latch underneath some of the people in the bottom row swings up, and a clockwork saber-toothed cat jumps out, but larger than a natural one would have been. It barely squeezes through the hole, and it's just gears clicking everywhere. It's like zzz, zzz, like off the ears between things.
Look at that manufacturing. Oh my goodness.
Every time it exhales, it's a harsh, like hard steam, like just. And then the other side,
And on this side, we've got the badger.
everyone's like, boo!
There's just up.
And a much smaller flap opens up, and it's this little badger just comes out, and it's kind of like. Tick, 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 tick. You think that? Hey, thank you for the sub.
Metal
Oh, hey,
God.
Metal God.
Metal God 5e.
It's also a giant-sized badger, but comparatively, and you can tell this thing's been through a lot more fights. It's been pieced together after fights. The tarnishing on various limbs is different on each piece. And he's like, "Well, it's time for me to get out of here." And he like grabs a rope and like, "Pshwing!" He goes up to the next level. Gnomes are weird. And they just start going for it. The fight begins with little ceremony, and people are just, "Rah!" And they're just betting as things are happening. And the saber-toothed cat launches itself on top of the badger, and it steals one of its teeth or one of its tusk things into its shoulder and rips off a chest plate, exposing some of the gearwork underneath. And it's having a hard time getting away. At this point, you're probably closer to like the front row.
Yeah.
But everyone is very intent on watching this. And you can see Bask kind of like opposite you, just watching to see what you're going to do.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Is this what we're supposed to?
I think we're supposed to aid this badger somehow.
So are we supposed to use magic then? Yes.
Right, so if you can do it very subtly. Does it look like the badger has any like cannons or any kind of like gun mechanism on him, or he literally just looks like an automaton badger?
It's like a giant badger, a giant automaton badger, which would normally be tough and terrifying just against this particular enemy. Doesn't look like he's doing so well.
Okay.
I don't have anything in my spell book.
I'm gonna try and see if. So is the badger? I'm kind of wanting it to look like when the badger opens its mouth, I'm gonna do an eldritch blast out of its mouth. Where it
Okay,
kind of
so you're
looks
like lining
that.
yourself
yeah,
up with
lining
it?
up the shot.
So I would say make a stealth. Actually, make the attack first to see if it works, and then make a stealth
Okay.
check to see how sneaky you are about it.
So the attack. Okay, the attack is an 18 to hit,
Okay.
and for stealth, 26 for stealth.
Oh, yeah. The badger is like, the cat is just chewing on him, right? And the badger's like, and you blast it. It's sad that someone programmed this thing to howl in pain, but as it's doing so, the blast comes straight through its mouth and puts a big hole through the cat's neck.
Oh, do you want me to roll for damage?
Yes, please.
That's 10 force damage.
Sweet. The cat just gets knocked, and gnomes have to scatter as it hits the seating and it rolls back into the pit. And everyone's like, and you hear some guy like, "Closing the pits now!" And the little gates fall. They're all just holding the papers, like, uh-oh. So the badger gets up, and it also has a weird hole in the back of its neck from where you blasted through it, but it's like able to put its head back on right and starts going, hey,
Oh,
you get a monster in here. Thanks, Cantrip Candles. So that is also a reroll for you guys.
Yay!
So, so you currently have 3 rerolls, and I
Good.
have 6.
3
Oh my
rerolls.
goodness.
The cat is going to... Actually, no, the badger gets to make an attack. So the badger is going to go beep. The badger misses. It's like, it feels... It looks like it feels confident. So it's like, doom, 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 doom. Does one big swipe, and the cat just dodges out of the way. But it's kind of limping now from where it's got the hole in its neck. It seems to be affecting its left
give it a
shoulder.
try. It's kind of fun.
Anything I give, it won't work on automatons. It's all organic matter.
Not with that attitude. Come on.
Fine. I want to use my 17 dice to give him the next attack roll.
Okay,
To give the badger the next attack roll for with a 17.
nice.
Are there any like rocks around where they're fighting, or is it just flat ground?
No, it's all just metal grating, and then solid sheets.
Gotcha. Okay. Maybe I'll wait and line up the shot again. I don't really have. I don't have much. Okay, I'm gonna try and do the Eldritch Blast again. So
Okay.
attack and stealth. Okay. I'm gonna use a reroll for the attack. Oh, that's probably not gonna hit. That's a 9.
Let me see. Nope.
Nope. And let's see how stealthy I am about it. I'm a 15 stealthy.
Yeah, it doesn't hit, but it's where you happen to hit the metal, it looks like it's where the badger landed, so it looks like maybe it dented the metal or something on its own from shifting its weight.
Okay.
So everyone kind of and looks closer, but they can't figure it out.
Okay.
You see Bask on the other side, just like
I give him a little wink.
it's like
So that ability actually is pretty cool. So I kind of go into like my mind, and I basically see the badger hitting the saber tooth. So that's why I can give him that 17.
Nice. So it instantly does. So we'll say it will do. Oh, and it gets 2 attacks. Good on you. So the first one will hit, and then the second one, we'll see, also hits. Dope.
Is your heart beating fast? This is so exhilarating.
So I'll go.
No, just me? Okay, that's fine.
I mean, it is just a robot after all.
Robot.
Ribbit.
Nice. It actually does some decent. Oh, it gets to do that again too.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna look back up at Boobo and be like,
The badger manages, with your assistance, to get on the back of the tiger and is now
Ooh.
starting to claw at its shoulder blades and trying to pry them off. And it's fighting against these pistons that are pulling to pull it back in. This is. It is now the cat's turn. He's going to try and shake him off. He
Hey,
does
cat.
not.
you suck.
Boo, cat, boo!
Everyone's cheering was in their mind. There's people rattling the gates trying to change their bets. They're not letting them in. Like, sorry, it's closed. I don't know what you want. What do you do? It's back up to you if you want.
Okay. So the badger is on top of the cat right now.
It seems to be doing pretty well on its own at this point. You've given it an advantage, but you don't know how long that's going to last.
Gotcha.
I'd like to look around to see if anyone is like noticing us doing anything.
Actually, you roll for that.
Okay.
That was my
What am I? Perception or investigation or
perception.
Can I roll for the same from my vantage point as well?
17?
17.
Actually, I'd probably like to keep an eye out for this as well. Ooh, yeah. What is this perception?
16.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
23.
23. Yeah. So you note that there are people watching you. Various guards at various levels of the place, and you can see Kettle kind of slowly rotating on the because she's further away, so she's spinning a little bit faster than you guys. But she's just kind of. She just seems almost pleased that you're enjoying their local sport. She's not close enough to see what you're doing.
Okay.
But they are keeping a close enough eye on you. The seal has granted you a little bit more freedom, you assume, than the average person who would come through,
okay.
through here.
So for this one, I'll just use like thaumaturgy to make the badger sound like he's making like a really loud, booming, like growling sound
Cool.
for intimidation purposes.
Nice.
That's
You don't roll
it.
for that one, right? Or
No, that just automatically
Yeah.
happens. But it doesn't do damage. It's just
Sure.
a cool sound effect.
all the gnomes like,
That's
They're
the
like-
loudest badger
there's
I've
like
ever
parents like shaking their kids, like, ah!
Foaming at the mouth.
The fight, yeah. So fight seems to be going well. Nitsage, did you want to try anything?
I'm going to. Hey, so if I cast invisibility on you, you think you can get down to the pit and mess up with that cat even more so?
Trying to remember if invisibility. It's only if I cast a spell I become visible, or if,
Yeah, so
if
after you do anything, run back up here really fast.
everyone is looking down there. I don't think I can move that fast.
Yeah, probably right. Probably right. All right, here we go.
Let's not get carried away.
I'm just having so much fun now. This is
I
amazing.
can tell.
Nope. I don't have anything. I'm just enjoying the... can I get some food? Food, please.
Peanuts and popcorn over here, please.
Got it.
Look, I'm
Does
swearing.
he like toss it?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
catch
Yeah,
it?
he tosses it over. And like, 2 silver.
Put it on my bill.
That's not how this works, buddy.
I've got it.
Oh, good.
All right.
All over the place.
Enjoy the show.
Butt scratchers, get your butt scratchers here, butt scratchers! Butt scratcher!
You hear him kind of chuckle.
They bought it. Silver.
He's walking.
Oh, wait, yeah. Stadium prices. Jeez.
The
I
cat.
am loving this.
The cat swipes again. It hits. And it's going to. It's getting one claw up, and it's weird. Again, weird automata rules. His front leg starts bending the other way, creeps up around, and grabs the badger, slams it down on the ground with
Ooh.
an incredible leverage and force. And it does a lot of damage. The badger. The badger's an so once it hits the ground, it loses its entire right leg. It looks like the one that was just replaced and just shoots across and hits the other side. It's now sparking out of one end and cogs are leaking out. Not doing well.
Ooh.
Yes.
What if I cast invisibility on the badger? But that. Yeah?
You could certainly try it. Do you think an automaton could become invisible?
Well, let me read a little further. No, I had to touch it. Damn it.
It is close enough to you where it could look like you're, and people give athletes that kind of like shoulder tap from the front row seats. You're close enough to touch the badger if you wanted to.
Oh, jeez.
But then that would clearly look like me helping out the badger, though, wouldn't it?
It might. Especially if it turns right invisible right after you touch it.
Yes.
I guess I could try an Eldritch Blast again. I literally have nothing for this kind of situation.
No, maybe I
Neither
can.
do I. That's why I'm up in the stadium seats in
Maybe
the
I can
nosebleed.
use. Maybe I can foresee one more strike. I'll use a roll of 13. 13 roll to see if that does the trick.
Do you have a bless? Oh, actually, no, it does. It does.
Oh.
You're good. Yeah. So yeah, its next hit will.
Excellent. Okay, I think I foresee the next hit. The badger hitting the cat next time.
All right.
The badger does so.
Now we'll just wait.
Roll for its second
And now
attack.
we wait.
The second attack doesn't, but yeah, the badger, it shifts its left leg to the center of its body, so it's now a tripod badger, and it kind of aligns everything accordingly, so it's stabilized, and starts just pounding for the
How's
sentient cat.
how's the cat looking right about now? How's the cat looking and how's the badger looking?
The cat looks bent out of shape, but
Okay.
still pretty formidable, but definitely not as pristine as it was when it entered.
Okay. What's the
is a-
badger looking like?
The badger looks pissed, but on its last legs, literally. It's barely together at this point.
Oh dear.
Woohoo! And wow, the badger, it jumps up, it latches in the same spot where it was prying off the shoulder blades, gets in the center, claws just dig in, it gets to the core of the beast.
The badger
and
or the
drag-
cat?
The badger gets to the center of the cat.
Oh.
Okay.
So it, with this little tripod front leg, it's like it in the air. It dives down, almost like a straight javelin thing as the blades come out. Gets the center, bends again, lands, and starts just raking it, and it splits it at the chest, and it falls over, no longer working.
Oh, nice.
It has finished off the cat.
Yay! Go Badger!
The crowd is silent for a minute, and then just roars because nobody was expecting.
A second before that, I jump up out of my seat like, ah! The other gnomes around me are like, ah! And then they all see it too.
I take Nitsa's shoulder. Did you see that?
I was like, "Rah!" Like peanuts and stuff in the air. Same dad still shaking his kid. He's like, "Ah, rah!"
Popcorn's like flying everywhere. My mic.
And you see Bask just kind of like, he goes straight to the gates to collect, and you just see him with this fat pile of cash, and he's just looking around, stuffing it in his jacket.
I definitely don't let him out of my eyesight.
Yeah. Oh no, he comes and finds you. He's like, thank you so much. Look here, as promised. There you go. 150, no more, no less. Bask is good as his word. People don't like me, but they just don't like listening to me. They'd be better off.
Well, then,
Thanks
Let
for
me know
doing
if I can
business.
help you with
yeah,
anything.
thank you for the exhilarating.
Yeah, no,
I'm so excited.
no, thank you.
He's got a little peanut
I walk
shell
down
caught in
and
his
join
throat.
them too as well.
Who's this guy? He also looks very nervously at both of your birds, because he's very small. He's prey sized to them. Like, they house trained.
Nice work. You don't touch Doomrill, he won't touch you.
Oh,
Don't
good.
worry.
I had no intention.
Don't worry about it, pal.
Yeah.
Nice work down there. Way to go.
Thank you. Well, no, I didn't do any of the work. I just made the money. I make the hard bets, and sometimes I walk out on top. I gotta go pay my bookie.
Sounds fair, and by helping you win this for your victory, perhaps you'll return the favor and help us somehow.
Well,
Someday.
I would. I mean, I'm happy to be friendly, but deal's a deal. We're square.
Well, that was amazing.
Shall we buy a round?
Not bad, I must say. That was impressive.
To the end, I think you wanted to go there.
The tavern would be great.
Do we know where that is?
Yeah,
do them
tavern would be
residential.
one floor up and residential.
And residential.
Oh, you know.
I also want to visit the forge. I want to see if I can get my short swords worked on.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Why don't we go there first then?
No. We can celebrate with a round of drinks, I think.
Sorry, Danny. Is
Yeah.
the other like merchant shops here in Central, or are they in residential?
Shops are also in residential.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the central area is basically public gathering.
We can enter the forge without...
Yeah. Yeah, the only restricted sections as marked there are royal and royal and above, and prison and below. So
Oh, sweet.
you can easily get to the forge, residential, or political with no problem.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you need access.
Yes, let's go. Anywhere, everywhere. This place is amazing.
I get it, you're excited. What do you think? Tavern
Drinks
or forge?
first.
Drinks first.
Drinks first.
Drinks first.
You look around for a little bit, and you find the correct pipes that are marked for residential. Who hops in first?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Sure. So you jump in. Make an acrobatics check.
Ooh. 9. I feel like
It shoots you up faster than you expected. So you come out fine, like you're not injured, but you definitely land off balance, like, kind of thing. It's a harder landing. Yeah, you two follow through.
I go after.
Go. Beep, boop.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, you like. Shoo.
I've been here before.
Doomerell did not have fun.
Do we get separated? Do we get separated? And then when I land, he just goes boom, and just like a puff of feathers, and he's like,
Exactly that. Yeah.
Hailstorm's the complete opposite of me.
and then I just look up and I'm like, what?
He goes up, and I'm like, okay, it's just, it just takes, and I missed it. Okay.
Just people shoveling shoulders.
Yeah, oh, sorry. It's like Elf on the escalator. It's like, do I go? Okay, and a 1, and a 2, and then what am I rolling right now?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. That's a minus. Oh no, it's okay. It's acrobatics as well. Okay, so 11.
All right. 11. You land pretty well. You're fine. You're still shaky, but someone had to shove you in.
Yeah.
It's like the trains where people are just like shoving it and they're like,
But I wanted to.
There's like a little gnome with a whistle.
with like white gloves, like a crossing guard. Like,
Yeah. So now you're there. You're on residential. So what you see are much made out of so many of the same materials. It's all this same kind of golden orange, various copper brasses. There's obviously steel and iron and stuff as well, but used less. Just because copper's less plentiful here. Everything seems warm and welcoming for being made out of metal. Everything's fairly well lit. There are electrically powered lights of various colors, kind of glimmering off of the surfaces. People are kind of out on their benches and stuff. You're just assuming that gnomes have really cushiony butts because nothing looks comfortable here. But yeah, there's taverns that are wide open. They don't even seem to close for the night. It's just one big arch, and inside just people drinking and having a good time. And the gnomes here seem as friendly as you would expect.
Jovial. Okay.
Well, which tavern would you like?
let's see. There's that Starbucks there, or the one across the street. I don't know, one that doesn't look as populated. Yes.
So because these are closer to the tubes, these are the more popular ones. So as you continue to work your way through the various residential districts, you find different blocks and stuff. Again, these discs are cities large.
Right.
They're huge. And this, you find when you land here, it's also rotating at a slightly different speed than the central disc.
Faster, slower?
A little bit slower.
Okay.
The central disc is a little bit faster, and as you look up, you can see that the political one is a little bit faster. It just seems like, for whatever reasons they had in city design, they must spin at different.
I feel like the prison one is just like centrifugal force.
Or the dungeon. There's a lot.
All right, so we can find a tavern here. Okay. I'd like to go in and
Get
find
no
a
mishaps.
private table
Sounds good.
somewhere tucked away in the corner.
If you all don't mind, I don't really drink, but I do. That traveling up this chute here just made me feel even worse than I already did with all the excitement and things. I'm going to go find maybe a potions place or something to kind of get something for my tummy.
Some tummy candy. Huh?
Do you want anything?
No.
You weren't feeling well either.
I'm
really.
better now.
Okay.
This level doesn't spin as fast as the one below us. Well, I'm good now.
Okay. Well, I'll be back.
Perhaps some healing potions. Always a good thing to look for.
Oh, yes, I'll get some for all of us.
All right. Do you need some
All
gold?
right. Well, meet us back here at this bar. The Tequila Mockingbird.
The tequila mockingbird.
Dead Aussie
I'll save
Gamer.
it for later.
Dead Aussie Gamer.
Perfect.
From the chat. Thank
It's
you.
canon.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It's canon now.
It is
Tequila
now.
Mockingbird.
Oh, I get it.
It's the best bar.
It is.
Yes, right here.
All right, so Booba, are you coming in?
Oh yeah, I'll follow you.
All right, so I'm gonna look for a spot that looks a little secluded.
How about that
little-
spot in the corner there? There's nobody there.
That looks perfect.
Even the windows are shut next to it.
That's
Is
perfect.
that secluded enough for you?
I think so. Are there like like tall menus, like when you're at a bar, they give you like the tall menus you can look at. I want to like kind of just stack some of those up. So like when you're taking a test, you like make like a little cubby for yourself.
But they're gnomes, so they're actually this tall.
They're not
For
tall
sure.
enough. We're like, jeez.
Kind of like the doors, they have menus that are very accommodating to various sizes. So
Oh,
the
okay.
gnome menus are like this, the humanoids are like this. And it's kind of
That's good.
So if you wanted to hide, you'd probably use like a minotaur size menu, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll do that as if I'm like reading it, but not really. We're
Yeah.
just sitting behind it. Bubo,
Yes.
you have that letter, correct?
Yes.
May I see it?
You're not going to open it, are you?
No! I just want to look at it.
You can look right here.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Aren't you the slightest bit curious as to what it says?
Not at all.
You know, for someone that has delivered to someone else a warrant of arrest, I'm very curious as to what is in that letter.
Yep. And I know from past experience, curiosity always kills the cat.
Good thing I'm not a cat. Hand it over.
Nope.
Hand
Put
it
it back
over,
in my shirt.
please.
No, you're not taking a look at it. If we break the seal, then the queen will likely dismiss us before we even know.
I have a forgery kit. I can fix it.
No.
I'm going to ask you on the count of 3 to hand it over to me and let me open it.
Nope.
1,
Nope.
2,
Not doing it. Not doing it.
3, and I cast charm.
I hand it to Doomeril, and he flies up above where she can't reach it, and he's just kind of like,
Hey, no, he's gotta come down. No, not my bar.
what's wrong?
Listen, I know Tequila Mockingbird sounds like a bird place.
Yeah,
but,
I figured I brought my bird
No,
in,
no.
and he would like the bird.
Ground him.
Why?
My place, my rules, friend.
All right, sounds fair. Doomeril. He lands.
That's right. Can I get any of you anything?
Yes.
2 ales, please.
Yes, your finest. Your favorite ale.
It's a man after my own heart. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you the one that I brew myself.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Yeah, all right.
He goes back, and the entire bar is just this horrific mess. Like, if you looked at it and tried to actually path where all these pipes and stuff were going, you'd have a headache. But he's like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo," and this beautiful, just golden ale flows out of it, and you can smell it from over there. It just smells like wheat in summer, and it is amazing. And he brings you over a larger size than you would expect.
Don't touch it along the way, real Danny.
Huh?
I said, don't touch it along the way, real Danny.
Cool. Yeah, I won't take a sip.
All right, here you go.
He gives you like an orc-sized mug.
Oh, jeez, that's pretty big.
Oh, that's all right. We're the most affordable place in town, too.
How are you?
Yeah. This is a few copper, and whatever you feel like.
A few copper.
What about for your friend?
Oh, I ordered an ale as well.
No, sorry. Well, what kind would you like? We got dark, we got light, and we got my favorite.
One of your favorites, fine.
All right.
He goes and grabs another one. It's also way too big.
Amazing.
And let me know if you want anything to eat.
Just kind of scampers off. Leaves you alone. We'll cut to you, looking around shops and stuff. And yeah, you find a place. You're getting close to. You're starting to smell smokehouses and stuff like that. This is a place where people are kind of doing their own crafty work, and
Okay.
you can see there is an enchanter's booth, which may be the closest thing to like an alchemist, like you would be used to in Ralphal here. And it's just like a little stout woman with a little apron, big smile on her face, gray hair and curls. Little gnome lady. Hello.
Oh, hello. Good day to you,
Bye.
madam. I'm looking for general potions of such.
Okay.
Maybe specifically some health potions, and I'm kind of new to this city, and
Oh,
I'm
got a
kind
case of the spins.
Oh, the spins. Yes.
All the time.
The spins, yes, are affecting me greatly, and I just got back from the bowl, and it was amazing, and it was exciting, and now I feel just the worst.
My second husband used to get the spins. Eventually killed him. Didn't like to take his medicine.
Well, yes, I suppose so. I would like some of that medicine, then, if you have any of that.
Yeah, it's a single gold. It takes a while to make, that's all. It really is market price. You can ask around if you like.
Oh, you don't have it made just already?
No, I do. It's just expensive to make, so it's a
Oh,
gold.
I see, I see. Yes. Then how big is the dosage?
Oh, just a couple sips every hour. This should last you about a month if you need it.
Okay.
And I'll always be here. I have more.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, please. One of those off the bat.
And how many health potions were you thinking?
Oh, how many and what kind do you have?
Well,
She goes back and she finds some a couple greater healing. These look a little older. Like she probably didn't make these. She just acquired them and had them in the back somewhere.
people don't really tend to get hurt here, but you gotta be prepared.
Yes, of course. I'll take the two greater and 4 lesser, please. How much would that run me?
Well, I only have the 3 lesser.
Oh, the 3 lesser. Yeah, yes, of course.
Well, that'd be about carry 2. That'd be 30 gold.
Oh,
They're rarer in these parts. We don't have a lot of folks who make them
30
here.
gold.
I had to acquire these from some fellow down on the road.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my companion has the money we just won from the bowl. Do I have 30 gold in here?
The otter-shaped ones will be numbered. So like the plus signs are 5. The medium circles are hundreds. You have 10s probably, maybe.
I have a 50 here, I think. What's this pig one?
Oh, that's that must have been from Tanok. So that was worth 4, I believe.
I have 50. Oh, I have 50 gold piece here.
Okay. Well, I'll give you some change. How much did I say?
30.
She blinks.
25. No.
The chat's coming up with brilliant bar names for us.
The
by
Whiskey
the way.
Weasel.
The Whiskey Weasel, the Rock in a Hard Place.
Pleasure.
The
There we
Ginger.
go. Oh, very good. Oh, so these are there's a 5 and a 5 and a 10. 10. Oh, lovely.
You might want to take that sip now.
Oh, yes, of course. And I take a sip of it.
Yep. You instantly feel better.
Oh,
Feels-
that's
It's kind of like the mentholated, cool feeling all over your body,
Oh,
and it
that's
seems like
very
the place
nice.
it just stops spinning, or you just stop noticing it. And
very nice. Do you make most of these yourself?
Yeah, most of them. Just not the health stuff.
Oh, what? Do you have any exotic potions?
Maybe.
Might I take a gander at some of those?
Okay.
she's just all excited, a little round butt, just kind of like shaking as she goes. There's like a little tiny curtain on the lowest shelf. Just it's very small bottles here.
This one's my favorite.
She pulls out a little bottle, little bulb at the bottom, skinny neck, maybe an inch tall.
This one, you drink it for about 10 minutes. You're electrified.
I should drink it for 10 minutes?
No, after you drink it for 10 minutes.
Oh, good. I don't think I can chug that long. And I become electrified? Will it hurt me?
Don't know.
Oh, we'll put that on the next one. What else do you have?
She finds another one.
What were the greater healings, by the way? I always forget. I'm so sorry.
You know?
44 plus 4.
There you go.
Greater healings for
Backseat backup DM. Thanks,
D4,
buddy.
4 and the lessers.
Let's do
2d4 plus
2d4 plus
2d4.
plus
2d4 plus.
4.
Excellent, thank you. What else?
This is another exciting one.
Oh.
A little has to do with electromagnetism.
There's this one, it's got thick sludge in it. It's not much bigger than the other bottle, but it's a little bit wider and fatter with a wider neck. Because she turns it, just kind of.
Ugh.
This one takes a minute, but once you drink it, you can attract metal to you.
Attract metal to me. Mm-hmm. Like big pieces or little pieces or.
Don't know.
Well, how much does that cost?
Ooh, that's about another 15.
15.
I invented this one.
Oh, you invented it. Oh,
Yeah, I haven't
okay.
had the guts to try it yet.
Oh, maybe I can get one of my fellow explorers to try it for us. Let's see. What else do you have?
This one's fun. Oh, yeah, like this. Perfect. They're all this big.
Excellent.
That's a great.
Ryan coming in clutch. Itty bitty. Well, this one here might not be useful to you. I kind of just got it to work. I tried it on a cat, but there's grates in town, so I haven't seen him since.
There's what?
Well, you know, you're walking around, and there's the solid parts and the grated parts.
Yeah.
My, I gave one of these to my cat, and she slipped through.
What,
She solidified again later.
what, like liquid metal?
No, just liquid, really.
Oh,
Just,
liquid.
yeah, you just splash for a bit and then pop, come back together.
It's an Alex Mack potion.
Oh my gosh, nerd. Oh, what? And how much does that run?
It's another 15.
15.
This one's guaranteed safe. Well, depending on where you land, really.
Liquid potion, hey? Oh, that does sound nice. All right. Well, that's why they call me Whiskers. Let's see.
Who
Yes.
calls you Whiskers?
Oh, just people. Let's
All right,
see.
Whiskers.
I'll take the liquid one, I think.
Okie dokie.
15, am I correct?
Absolutely.
Am I bargaining right?
You're doing great.
Okay. Not too, I'm going to try bargaining with you. Maybe I can get 2 for 15.
One is 15.
Okay. 2 for 16. How's that for
You're
bargaining?
not very good at this, honey.
Well, I'm not. This is kind of my first time, and I've seen it done a couple of times.
By who exactly?
Friends who call me Whiskers. Here's 15 for the liquid.
You are.
Okay, got it. There we go.
Yours.
And you said you don't really know how long you last as a liquid thing.
Well, she turned up about after an hour, but you know, cats.
Yes. Dreadful protectors of the dead. Well, thank you so much. What was your name?
I'm Billa.
Billa.
Yeah, it's like Bill with an A.
Oh, Billa. My name is Nitsich Alsop, and I'm here on official queen business.
Ooh, look at you. She kind of like puts her hair together a little bit more.
Oh, what do you
Yes. Well, thank you so much, and maybe we'll see you again.
I hope so. Whiskers. She kind of giggles as she goes back into the shop. Back to you two at the Tequila Mockingbird.
I like flirting with you.
You like what?
I like flirting with you.
Let's go down.
While he's distracted by his ale, I'm going to try and use Mage Hand and take the scroll from Doomeril.
Roll for it.
Okay. What do you want? Yeah, what do you want me to roll
I
for?
don't know. How does Mage Hand work? Sleight of hand, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
thanks,
what I was gonna
backseat.
guess.
Backup DM.
12. But I have a blessing from last week, so I'm going to cash that in and add a d4 to that. So I said 12. 16.
Yeah. Yeah. Doomeril stopped kind of focusing on the scroll. So just kind of
Very carefully, I'm going to try and slide my dagger under where the lip is. So like here, and try and slide it under the entire seal and try and just slide the seal off in one piece. Pop it off in one piece.
Ooh. Elf, I guess.
Okay.
You bad girl.
Come on. You said stealth?
Yeah.
14.
The seal comes off. The main part of the seal is intact, but places where it bled out has snapped off.
Okay. Oh, now I gotta untie the knot.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a tight knot.
Oops.
And I'm walking back to the tavern.
Nice. So you meet them there. Giant menus.
It's like Emperor's New Groove status. Just giant menus.
Howdy, friend.
Oh, hello. I'm looking for. I'm looking for two. I don't know where they.
Nidsuj.
Well, oh, there they are.
Over
Ah.
Oh, yeah, those two. Would you like an ale?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't really like ale. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, we got tequila.
I'll take a water, please.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Scampers back trying to remember which nozzle does water. Takes him a few minutes, but he gets you some.
It tastes like hose water.
It really does. It's got all that copper tint to it. You're like,
So that copper forge taste.
So you're all together. At this point, are you hiding this behind your cubby?
Partition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
do
yeah.
yeah.
I've kind of got the menu in my lap now, like I'm looking at the menu, but I've got this in front of the menu.
I enjoy this. Chat suggests we call it owl beer.
Owl beer.
Owl beer.
And it comes in a growler.
I'm enjoying it
Next
so much.
Next bar. Take notes. I can't see these, but literally write them all down.
Yeah.
Because we're going to use all of these.
Yeah.
Because I can't name another place the red
Oh,
anything.
look at this. It says juiced. This says juiced mockingbird. What is that? Excuse me, Mr. Bartender. What is juiced mockingbird?
Well, it's kind of exactly what it sounds like.
How?
Your bird might like it.
Hailstone. Oh, yeah. What are those, please?
He gets a clear glass and just like congealed blood and little bits of bone and stuff come out the hose. You see a feather spinning and floating in the middle as it continues to fill up. You think you see an eye as he hands it back to you.
I drink that spins medicine again. Yeah, and here, Hailstone. Here, you know what? I'll put it down there.
Hailstorm just starts drinking it up.
Thank you.
Happy bird.
Anytime.
It's a long note. My fault.
It's okay.
Goodness. Goo. Yeah. Do I see her doing?
Oh, I
this at
see
all?
her doing it too. But I'm just enjoying the owl beer so much that I'm like, I kind of wanted to
Do
know
I
what it
see her
said,
doing
too.
this?
Make a perception check.
She is sneaky.
Should I make a
16,
sleight of hand or something? Just
18
hidden?
for perception. I'm gonna slide your hand bigger than my 18.
Sure. Let's find out.
Wasn't doing so well.
Haha.
17. No, 18.
Oh.
Did you get an 18?
Yeah. Contested. We'll do it again. Again. 2.
13.
7. 9. No.
I kind of like fold the menu over.
Are you looking at anything good? Good to eat?
Oh, there's meat pies. I was really
Okay.
hoping they'd have chicken pot pie. Or just some damn chicken.
Well,
Chickens are pretty hard to get around here, lady.
Well, I get some potions. I get something for this. They call it the spins here. So I have that.
Okay.
So if you want to take a spin,
I'm
of that-
good, thank you.
All right. And then
Remember, this one spins slower than the others.
I know, but I'm weak.
Yes.
I get greater healing potions.
Oh,
and I get lesser healing potions for us.
Okay.
Are you listening to me?
Nope,
Great
she's
healing potions,
busy.
lesser healing potions.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
Well.
And then I got this.
Oh, what is that?
And this turns somebody to liquid.
Why would you pick that up?
Well, in case.
I've heard stories about the shop that you went to, and she's got a lot of cool things there. And that's what you came back with?
Yeah, and I even tried bargaining too.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I think pretty good.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Did you get a deal?
No. but I did not get a deal.
Fair enough.
All right.
So, what does it do?
Well, apparently, she gave it to her cat. And the cat went through one of the grates as a liquid substance.
That sounds awful.
Well, and then the
What if-
cat solidified later on. Could be a good getaway potion.
You think?
Or you could hide yourself as a puddle of liquid.
Yeah. Just don't do it too close to a drain, I suppose.
Then again, the drain might.
Are you sure you come back all together the same afterwards?
I think
Your
she.
arm's not in a weird place?
I think she said it's contested pretty well. Contested?
Yeah.
Is that the word for it?
Sure.
It's been
Go with it.
confirmed.
Yep. And contested. I'm not drinking that, ever.
All right. Well,
Can I
now-
interest you in some blended mockingbird, my friend?
Blended Mockingbird? Oh, I thought you had a gnomish inspiration.
What?
Oh, on the menu I read gnomish inspiration.
Oh,
A drink.
yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about us peoples. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
That's the blended mockingbird Hailstorm is eating right
The
now.
eyeball bloop floats
Oh.
to the top.
Oh, Doomerl might like that. What do you say, Doomerl? I approve.
Yes.
I'll order one for Doomerl, and then I'll take a gnomish inspiration.
All right.
Which, according to chat, is garnished with a beak and a little lemon twist. Thank you, Dead Aussie Gamer, once again.
Yeah, he's coming up with a good one.
I do like to work.
He rolls up his sleeves. He's like, "Muck, muck, 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 muck." He brings it over to you.
That wasn't a chicken, by the way. It's a long story.
What is the cock at rice kebab?
What?
It said the cock at rice. I can't do it again.
Go on.
No, it says here the cock at rice kebab here. What is that?
Cockatrice?
Yes.
Cockatrice.
Yes, the cockatrice.
That was-
Yes.
I just
We're
wanted to hear him
out. We're
say.
fresh out. We
Fresh
ran
out
out
of cocks,
chickens.
did you hear 'em?
Yeah, we gotta go back out the live gate to get our next shipment of chickens. They don't last very long in here in the dark.
What is the cockatrice? What is the cockatrice?
That's like a bigger bird.
Oh, okay.
They're mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Disgusting.
One of them
creature.
clawed my uncle.
What do you know what times these levels close? Do they close at all?
Well, I mean, we go to bed.
Well, okay. Is it difficult to tell time here since it's kind of inside the
Oh, we got a
mountain?
big clock.
He like points to a clock. He has no idea what you're talking about. I do, but he's like oblivious. Like,
Oh yes, okay. What time is it?
6 p.m.
Well, I mean, like, are there times that you can't go to, say, the political level or the royal level or even the peak level?
Oh, well, the central level never closes, my friend.
Oh,
That
right.
is always open at any time. Political level closes around 10 p.m. They gotta go home to their families.
What
like
about the
everybody else.
forge?
Oh, the forge. Well, that's down to the artisan, really. I know Klaxon. He works day and night. That man never stops. But other folks, you know, they close up once they're done with their work for the day. They're given a lot of leeway.
Who is Klaxon?
Oh, he's the best artifice builder we've got. He makes automatons. He makes harvesters. He's an excellent designer. Anything you want, he can make it.
Oh, well, let's
Excellent.
keep him in mind. Can we mention your name for maybe a discount or something?
I don't think it works that way here.
Oh, you could try. I'm Gleb.
Gleb.
nice to meet ya.
And who is the name of the artist?
Klaxon. Yeah.
Klaxon. Klaxoff.
Oh, yes.
His name's Klaxon Carball, but sure.
Cardball.
Very hefty note taker over there. He's going to write everything down.
Well, you
never know when it'll come up in the heat of battle.
Nitsage is taking it all in
Yeah.
here. Justin
Yes.
has to write everything down
No,
because
Nitsage is taking
no.
Nitsage, I was referring.
Klaxon Cardball. Thank you so much. And your name's Gleb. Gleb.
Are you all enjoying your stay?
Yes.
Different gnome.
Oh.
Sorry. Kettle is in the very large. It's an open area, but would be the doorway. She's kind of standing in the center. Having fun?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Good. It's almost time for tea. I'm glad you enjoyed the bowl earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things we're the most proud of.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent sport you've created down there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no one gets hurt.
Is there a loo in here somewhere?
Oh, yeah. The guy's like, yeah, it's just back here behind the bar.
Okay. I'm gonna try and walk back there and see if I can slip the scroll back into my coat pocket without anybody noticing.
Is there are there shops of noteworthy to maybe visit or?
Well, it all depends on what you're looking for, really.
What about in the forge?
Oh, in the forge, you can find anything. They do weapons. They do automaton. They do.
Yeah, so I've heard. What's the best
basic
shop to
machinery
visit?
pops. I don't have much need. I mean, I go to the kettle maker, so I go to get pipes and stuff like that to run all this. And you're like, it's like a spinning things. It's like Wonka's factory back there.
Glad mentioned Klaxon Cardboard.
Wow!
Hey,
Hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone to
Here's rating.
welcome.
Party of
Stay
four.
Thanks, friends.
He mentioned Klaxon Cardball. Is he any good?
Oh, Klaxon Carball. Oh, he is the best.
Oh, we should go to that.
Yeah, I
He is the Queen's personal designer.
Oh, interesting. I was hoping to go and visit the library that I see at the peak sometime.
You would have to make a request, but we could arrange it.
And how and when can I do that?
Well, I would say probably after your business with the Queen, if she likes what you have to say.
But not before.
Well, no, unless you're... We could arrange something. If it's for religious purposes, we'll allow you to the top. Otherwise, there are some private documents there that we would need to... Well, actually, after tea, we'll know.
Well, okay. I'm into the arcane arts, so maybe anything of that nature would be wonderful to peek at.
Okay. Well, something like that, we would need... It would be after tea time.
Oh, okay then. Then we'll wait.
Let me know when you're ready for tea.
In the bathroom, I'm gonna try to light my dagger, give it a second to let it get hot, and then extinguish it, and then try and press it on the cracked, the tip, press the cracked wax and try and smooth it out again.
Okay. Performance?
Yeah?
Or, yeah, I'll call that a performance.
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Ooh, I don't know which one to use. Okay, I'll use this one.
Make you roll horrible, ready?
No, you made a good roll.
2.
Okay, that's not terrible. 15?
Yeah, you do a decent enough job.
Okay.
You would assume with the naked eye, if no one's looking very, very closely at it, you can tell that you put it back together. There's a faint line, but it looks like it could have just cracked when he pulled the thing off.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly sealed.
Awesome. And I'll go back out and join
Yes.
them.
I guess we'll wait till Aura comes back out, and then we'll have tea.
Yeah, is there time to visit the forge before tea?
Yeah, there's a little bit of time.
I'd like to go down to the forge real fast, if I may.
Certainly.
Excellent.
To the forge?
To the forge! Is there a tube that takes us past Central straight to the forge, or
Yes.
do we have to stop at Central?
Yep, nope, there are tubes direct everywhere, just the ones that are closed are closed.
A tube to forge, please!
All right, you pop down to the forge, and it is deafening. You get down there safely, you're both adjusted. The forge is, well, it's very hot, it's very loud, there's steam everywhere, there's just pipes, people running carts, there are people in those bracers doing lots of heavy lifting. People are just kind of all over the place. It's hard, it's controlled chaos, but there are hundreds and thousands of forges here. This entire place is like their production facility for individuals, for artisans, for just general labor. It's all here. It's like a giant warehouse that goes on for a city block. Or not a city block, a city.
Do we see any of those specific bracers that they were wearing at the bowl?
Yes. Yeah, several. And they seem to be doing more of the grunt work.
Okay. I was just curious.
Well, I'll follow you.
Yes. Are there any shops around close by, or Klaxons specifically? Can we figure that out?
Yeah, well, on the map, it's noted as his shop is the Gearhead. So there's like the one place on the map that's marked down because everyone knows he's the guy to see.
Oh, the gearhead, right there.
So yeah, you make it there pretty quickly. You just have to dodge out of the way of people going with like hot stuff on tongs and stuff like that. Like, yeah, pouring metal everywhere. There's pipes shooting up with liquid, pipes shooting down with molten metal. Just it's bonkers.
I like this place.
It's very nice. Jeffrey! Oh, hello, Jeffrey. Great work! No, I'm just like, what the f***? Try not to spill us stuff. Oh, I thought I know him. He looked like Jeffrey. Was
Hey,
a
Mac,
man.
working harder. How are they working?
You find the gearhead. It is an obnoxious building. This is the guy who knows he's great, so he has built like the sign of his shop is an automaton in itself. It kind of shifts. It tells his today's hours, stuff like that, and it changes shape to change words. But over the very top of it, it says Gearhead, and it says, closing tonight, 10 p.m. Discount on all, discarded models of automaton, that kind of thing. The place, it has a very narrow opening, but the building itself looks very large. It's like a giant, it almost looks like a big still, kind of. It's kind of honeycomb shaped. And it actually looks a lot like your mug, with a little door.
Oh.
Cool.
Dead Aussie says one of the other shops before Smiths and Giggles.
Yes, indefinite.
So good.
So good.
Is there something in particular you're shopping for, Bubo?
Oh, sorry, I'm catching up on chat. These are great. Don't stop, Dead Aussie. Well, yes, I'm looking to get my short swords upgraded.
Oh, all right.
Yes. Orthel already did a thing on the longbow, so we're good there, I guess. But the short swords could use a little bit of work. I'm wondering if this guy Claxon can do anything about it.
Can I do anything about it?
You
bet.
You must be Claxon.
You bet. You got it, buddy. Claxon.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Claxon Cobble.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Sir. This is an impressive place you built.
Thanks. Yeah. Building with these. How can I help you?
Well, I've got 2 short swords,
I can see that.
and I feel like they need a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Hand them over.
These are quiet. These are nice. Why do you want to mess with these? These are beautiful. These are nice. These are good.
I feel like you could add something interesting to them.
Oh, it's my middle name, my friend. Yeah.
Well, what you thinking?
Tosses it back to you.
Perhaps you could imbue them with some sort of hidden blade. I noticed your sign out
You
front.
want your blade to have a blade.
Yes.
You want
Blades
what?
on blades on blades. It's the coolest thing in town.
Where would
I'm
you
thinking-
put it?
I don't. Isn't that what you do well?
Well, I am an
I noticed
artist,
your sign shifts and moves
Right.
around.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if my blades did the same thing.
Could you hide another blade in the seam?
I got an idea for you.
For the handle.
What's your idea?
I'm gonna change your world. You give me 100 gold. You will not be disappointed.
All right.
Give me them swords.
Maybe you
There's
should
a
try
sword.
bargaining.
Blades.
Give me the money.
I have it, but not have it. Let's go.
You're a little short for him.
Oh, I know. I literally don't have 100.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Clink, clink,
Yeah.
clink.
All right, we got it.
More.
That's a me
I
thing.
do have enough in the stores.
All right. Come back. Give me 2 days. These things will be
Alright.
done up just right for you.
2 days. You've got it. I hear you're the best.
You're gonna name your firstborn after me.
I can't wait.
He's like, "All right, anything for the two of you?"
I have a question for you, sir.
Oh, yes.
The automatons, do you build them through sorcery, or science, math, arithmetic,
Bit of
how do you-
A, bit of B. That's a talent.
Well, I have so many questions. I just want to pick your mind.
You're a close talker, aren't you?
Oh, sorry. Now that I'm in your personal space.
He's like 5 feet away.
Well, how do you have one? Do you have one that I could look at?
Sure.
Well, what kind are you interested in? He kind of gestures back, and you see a vast row of cages that is the length of the bowl that you were at. Like, it just goes on and on. You just hear
That's
clinking
crazy.
and scratching and tinkling and stuff.
I'm just trying to go take a look and
Sure.
just kind of walk and just see all the gadgets and gizmos
Yeah.
of all the. Yeah.
Birds, reptiles, mammals, everything in automaton form are there. There are invention creations that don't exist anywhere else. They're things that clearly exist for a purpose, but what they are you can't tell. Like too many legs, too many eyes, too many sparky bits, stuff like that. Just all kinds of stuff. Every single one has a purpose. I just don't know what they are yet.
Do you sell kits? Like if I were to make my own.
No,
Oh.
you would die.
Well, how would I die?
Well, first off, you have to understand the enchantments are pretty volatile. Not to mention the machinery is pretty volatile. And if you're trying to mix machinery and enchantments, it's really volatile.
So do you know enchantments?
Sure, yeah.
So what kind of enchantments do you use?
Well, I once borrowed a book on from Quarry. Quarry's it's a human settlement down south. It's a place where not a lot of people know about them really. They keep to themselves. But I met a trader on the road. Said he was going off to start a new life. So I had a chat with him, and I've been doing great business ever since.
A human settlement?
Yeah. Now the Quarry, it's fairly known. It exports that really malleable clay, hence the name. But no one goes in the walls. They have an external market outside the ring, and those are the only people that they interact with. Nobody gets past the walls, or those who do not come back out.
Interesting.
And you met this traveler on the way to Quarry.
Well, no, I met him. I was coming back. I was headed north. I was in Ralphville. I had to pick up a couple things. I had some raw materials that I needed for some of the gears that minerals are a little harder to find here, some crystals, that sort of thing.
I wonder, do you have a little automaton that could unlock doors?
Yeah, what kind would you like?
Ooh, what kind do they come in?
Well, let's see. We've got little tinkery spiders. We've got little tinkery monkeys. We've got little, they're less cute, but we have ones that just do that. But they're not cheap.
You should get the spiders.
How much would a spider cost?
About 2,000 gold.
Ooh.
You should not get one of the spiders.
Hashtag goals. All right. All right.
You know, it's just not even saying. I missed the bowl today, but someone told me that stupid badger beat my cat.
Oh, you built the cat.
Yeah, it was a weekend project.
It was a pretty fierce cat, though. It
Marvelous
fought
to
well.
see.
Oh, thanks.
We bet on the badger.
Oh, man of taste.
We always like the underdog.
I understand. But
But it was a well displayed fight, and it was just amazing the beast that you created. I want one of those. How much is one of those big ones?
that's about the cat. I'd give it to you for in its current state about 4,500 gold.
Maybe later.
Yeah, I think.
Where would you keep it? Where would you put it?
I don't know. I'm just so fascinated.
You
right
already
now.
have a heart beast.
I'm
you
like a
don't-
kid in a candy store right now.
Start looking at the candy then.
Fine.
Are we done here?
Oh, you gave him your swords, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we're done.
Great. Shall we go up for tea time then?
Sure. I kind of want to make note of any doors or windows in the shop.
Just the one you came in.
Okay.
Everything else is heavily secured, and on your way out, you can tell that the door is heavily reinforced with smart locks, basically. Like they're automatons in their own right. This man has this place buckled down.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I would say that there are vents. So all those tubings that connect as the place spins, there are vents for air, for piping, for water, other such things that need to be flown in, and electricity.
How big are the vents?
Various sizes, depending. But yeah, probably big enough. What you thinking?
Do we have to go back to Central for kettle and tea, or can we just call her from here?
You could probably just call her. She's not far from you at any time.
Well, what do you say? Team?
Yes, let's go back up and have some tea.
Tea time?
All good to go?
Sure.
Ah, it's
Kettle.
about time.
Yes. Time
Good.
for tea.
Oh.
Thanks for the song.
Jedi
Hey.
Thanks.
Thanks, Fran. Much
Yeah.
appreciated. Aw, what up? Boo, boo, boo. Hey, the little emojis showed up. Did that one show up? That's cute.
Yay. Yay.
Ah,
this
just
is
bucket toast.
Thanks.
Team time.
Just
Tea
bucket
time with
toast.
kettle.
She escorts you to a pipe that has gilded edges, and the door swings out. It's got glass closing it and stuff. She unlocks it. This is where I leave you. You're in the capable hands of Mr. Calhoun.
Oh, you're not joining us for tea.
If you make it past tea, you'll see me with the Queen.
Excuse me, what?
What do you mean, make it past tea?
Well, it's just a conversation.
Oh, okay.
With whom?
Mr. Calhoun. Hey, Clib, if you're friends.
Would I have gone through this before, having visited the drop-off?
You never visited the Queen. You visited a lord, so he's a
I
dignitary,
see,
but
I see,
he's
I see.
not at that
But
level.
this is to get to the
Is this some
Yeah.
sort of like interview for us to see the queen?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, okay.
Sounds good.
Very well. We'll do our best and see you again.
Enjoy your stay.
She frightens me.
She's terrifying. I don't trust her one bit.
I don't either. And that's coming from an untrustworthy person. Shall we up the tube? All right.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So you go up. Who's first?
Me.
You go up into what would be a pitch dark room, but you have dark vision. So you just see a gnome who is almost the height of a human. A very large gnome. Like freakishly large gnome.
Well.
Hey,
Hello.
have a seat.
All right.
Would you follow up?
Yeah.
All right. Same thing. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Okay, just need a
What does this room look like?
It is a solid box. There's a door behind him with a lock. There are two guards directly behind him as well. He doesn't seem to be in any particular garb beyond just cloth coverings, but he's the buffest gnome you've ever seen.
Can we assume that you are Mr. Calhoun?
Yes, I am Clib Calhoun.
Hello, Clib.
Nice to meet you. What's your business here in Copper Forge?
We have a note to deliver.
What?
Hey.
Where did you get? He had that.
I've had it all along, boys.
Interesting.
We have a note. We're here on official business. We're just messengers, really.
I could have helped there so much.
It's more fun to watch.
Takes a very, very intent look. All right,
Gone forever.
you'll get that later. Who sent you?
Oh, that would be Governor Sill.
Sil.
No, that's not his name.
I got it. Yeah, Governor, you're right, Sill.
Sil. Sile?
Sile.
Yeah.
From Ralphie.
Interesting.
Governor of Ralphie.
Sile.
I have a message.
What is the urgency of this message? Why does it need to go directly to the Queen?
Well, with all due respect, I think that is intended for the Queen's ears.
Rufal was recently struck by a large tragedy of natural matter, and I believe that, because table talk, I believe, like, the governor mentioned to us that we're going to ask the Queen for money. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also know that the Queen isn't the kindest person to just give out money.
But that's what this is for.
Correct. And yes.
So continue.
Rufal was struck by tragedy, and the governor is sent us as his ambassadors to humbly ask the Queen for a loan to help rebuild the city.
The governor sent a tiefling to Copperforge.
Oh no! Well, no. He sent.
He sent us.
Us.
And she just happened to
She
be
is
in
our
part of the group.
companion who.
Help
Why?
protect these two.
Any
Yes.
protection in the representing a government official.
Well, actually, we stumbled upon some very nasty group and situation, and she and others have helped get this message to the Queen.
There have been roaming bands of orcs on the road here.
We've heard. How bad?
Pretty bad.
Very bad. The chief
They
of
attacked the caravan.
the chief of the chief Corlock, I believe.
Kurlog swords.
Kurlok,
yeah.
Yeah.
was his band of roaming orcs. We stumbled upon a couple of those and other dreaded creatures, along with the Avengers and.
Wait, when did that happen?
You weren't here. You were
Yeah, I
you were
know I
here,
wasn't.
but you
That
weren't
happened-
with us
There.
on our travels. Yes.
The last time I leave you guys alone.
Well, yes.
It is my job to protect the Queen. People don't just step in, even with a fancy note. I like Governor Sahlen. He's a nice man. But I don't know you. I have no reason to trust you.
Well, then why don't you have us wait here, and you can deliver the letter yourself?
Just might.
But if it might please you, we still would like an audience with the Queen, to let her know that we are trustworthy, and that can do more services through both parties of Copperforge and Ralphald.
He just stops talking, gets up, leaves the room. The guards are just sitting there watching you.
Well, I think that went well.
I think.
Did you give her the letter?
No, I didn't give her the letter.
What the
Yes,
hell?
you did. That ale just got to you too quickly, Boo.
Oh, sure. The ale.
The door swings open. The guards gesture for you to step through. They're very small. It's cute.
Very good. Ladies first.
All right, I go ahead.
Yep. You're walked to the main gate of the Queen's quarters. So it's a straight path. The tube you took is a direct route to her throne room. You step in, and it is its own fortress within a fortress within a fortress. It's just every 10 feet in the hallway, another door. It keeps unlocking as you continue through. There are various pipes. There are pneumatic tubes that are taking messages in and out from the room. You can see them sliding down the wall. It opens. The final door opens. And at the very, very end, you see what you can only assume to be Queen Gerda Sleek Run. Hands clasped. Polite smile on her face. And about 16 armed guards lining the entire room. Step forward!
Your
Hello,
Grace,
Your Majesty.
Yeah, prostrate.
thank you for granting us audience with you.
I heard you had something for me.
We do. We bring a letter from Governor Sahlen.
For you.
What else does it say? No. Oh, sorry.
Your Majesty, Rufal is a community on this continent that needs your help desperately.
Everyone needs my help, dear.
Ralph.
The choir's correct.
Ralph. Not ruffle. What did I say? Ruffle?
RuPaul.
Rufal?
You said something.
It's my
In
accent.
Damage, Ralph Trading Company, private ships. The trade of the ships is interesting. Where's Captain Grant? I've heard good things about Grant. Have you met Grant?
Do I know anything about Captain Grant?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
I don't.
You dice
I
out.
don't think I do. I don't recognize
If I
that.
heard Governor Sahlen talk about Captain Grant?
Grant.
Grant?
I'm not sure. What'd you get?
19.
So you know Captain Grant is not just a formidable captain. He is also an architect of ships. He is the best shipwright in all of Raufel and all of the seas. They even say he builds better ships than the Quai. And he continues to upgrade his vessels yearly. He has a new ship all the time. And he'll sink the ones that he doesn't like so that no one else can have them. So he is the man is a perfectionist. It was actually, you remember, the ship that you saw before you left with the angled sails that looked like it was sleeker than it needed to be. That was Captain Grant's ship.
Now, you say formidable. Do I know if he's like an evil man or...
Oh, no, he is not. He is the best. He is the most loyal to Raufel, but he's also a businessman.
Okay.
So he strikes deals with the trade companies, with every government. He'll take a job from anyone who will pay him, but he is loyal to Raufel. So the fact that they're willing to offer Captain Grant to Copperforge for their personal use is a big buy.
Ooh, wow.
The company, we promise these ships to your majesty. We use have you see fit? 5 ships. Not enough. No.
No.
5 matter. Oh dear. A guard comes, she whispers in his ear. His eyes go saucer wide, and he scampers off.
I wanted to try and listen to see if I could hear that whisper.
Sure. I should one roll for eavesdropping. What have you got?
What would that fall under?
Stealth. Call it stealth. No?
Like a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, not good. 6?
Nothing. 6? Yeah, you don't hear much of anything.
Okay. Your Grace, if 5 ships is not satisfactory to you,
Not remotely.
would a 6th ship be comparable?
No less than 10.
10.
For 10,000 platinum, I could buy a fleet.
But not a very good fleet if it's not built by Captain Grant.
There are other shipwrights. You don't always need the best. Sometimes numbers are better.
Do you even have a naval force to man all those ships?
We have many connections. There are more than one coast.
Would I know about how much it costs to build a ship, let alone one of Grant's ships?
Probably not, actually. Market value. Well, actually, no, you were a captain. So, yeah, you would know. You would say probably your ship was a good, like 1,500 gold. One of his ships would be triple that. This is like, you know, the Zippo of ships, which is the weirdest. It's the first one I can think of. I don't even use lighters.
Well, we are here on behalf of the governor as his ambassadors. If we could negotiate more ships,
He's given you authority to negotiate.
we could take this word back to him, and if he accepts,
Doesn't sound like he has the time. I'm willing to listen.
if we're able to negotiate 10 ships, I would like to one set aside for myself to captain. Under your
does that
colors,
buy?
of course.
Under my colours.
Why not?
Servant of Copperforge, and who are you, young lady?
Captain Orastone. Had a ship recently, but with the tragedy that befell Rufal.
She looks at your
Lost my ship.
horns. What kind of ship did you fly?
It was I don't even know what kind of the
What
jelly.
sort of business?
Whatever coin calls for.
I like you. You two. Thoughts?
Go
After
on.
you.
Well, I would agree. I am in favor of offering you as many ships as you need. I myself, I am a Quailier with my heartbeats Jimrul, and well, I've proven pretty successful being a ranger hunting down contracts. If you know Lord Elbgabber.
I do.
Yes, I brought him his most recent contract, Mr. Cord, by the way.
That was a good grab. We've been looking for Cord. Granted, we've used Cord before.
Yes.
I had to scold Gabber for arresting him.
Oh,
He'll serve his time. He'll be back out and about soon enough.
but if that proves my worth, you see, I'm good for my word and with any contract that you may set forth in front of me.
Trust you. For now.
Copperforge and Ralphel are great allies. Well, can be and have been in the past.
That's true.
We suffered a very devastating blow by what we are coming to find out may not be natural. I think it would be beneficial, Queen, with all due respect, that we don't have very much anymore, and we are strong. The Ralph is a strong city. We've already started to regrow it back to where it was, but
So you don't need my money.
there's still a lot left to do.
My kingdom is not a charity. She reaches out her hand. A small clockwork dragon comes down from behind her back up into her palm. She picks up a piece of ore.
I see it.
And she feeds it. And it just starts chewing on the raw ore. I make money. This world is mine. She turns the dragon around. And there's a little glowing red gem, and she pushes it. And as it's continuing to chew the ore, little bits of purified gold trickle out from a little latch
Oh,
that
that's
is
pretty
opened
cool.
up.
That's pretty cool.
And think of how much more money and wealth and power you would have with 10 of these ships in your fleet. They could bring you trade from all over the world.
Roll a persuasion.
Should I use a reroll?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll use a reroll. Come on. That's better. 17.
If Sile agrees to these terms, I will as well.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Certainly.
If I may,
No, you may not.
what if the same tragedy befalls Copperforge?
What? Define this unnatural tragedy for me.
The meteor that hit Ralphel.
That has already befallen Copperforge. 17 years ago,
Oh, yes.
the people in black came. They swept the city. We don't even know how they got in. Killed anyone who saw. All the tinkerers who went out to get the gems, murdered.
And who helped you rebuild the city?
Governor Sile. Some of the men from the west.
The same thing has befallen Ruffle. The Black Cloaks have come through and done the same thing, meteor strike and all. It's almost identical to the situation you had 17 years ago.
So, my thoughts, Queen, please, if you would, is help us fund now, and you'll get your 3 or 4 more ships when we have the means to give them to you.
I do believe the offer was 10.
Oh, yes, including the ones that we are already giving you.
I'll give you a kindness. 9 of theirs, 1 of yours. You work for me now.
That might not be so terrible, but I come at a very high price.
I can afford it.
There is something else we should mention since we have your attention. These black cloaks that attacked Copperforge so long ago.
Yes.
We found one in your forest on our way here.
What?
He was hiding out in a cave with large arachnids and some beast of his own creation. But we killed him for you. So
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Another soldier comes. Confirm it. I believe you for now.
There is one more thing.
There's always one more thing with you, Nitsid.
We think. I'm finding my words, please.
Find them faster,
My
please.
legs are shaking
I can tell.
like hummingbird wings. Okay. We think that. Do you know anything about who or what the meteors are, Queen?
I have alkalites who have thoughts saying it's an angel. I don't believe in fairy tales. I just do know that they thought this was valuable. They killed people for the valuable thing, as people do.
Well, Your Grace, these black cloaks are not exactly easy to kill. If I'm going to be flying under your colors, it would be nice if we were armed a little bit better to prevent them from making their way to Copperforge.
Klaxon can equip your ship, if you like. I'll see to it. I'll write to Governor Sahlen. If there's nothing else.
And what?
One of the guards, even who's like at his post, is like,
Doomer looks in and goes, big eyes.
as you
Cranes
start to
around.
turn to leave, the guard she sent to confirm the story, he would have kicked in the door. He's basically banging on it, waiting for it to open up. He's just, Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Sorry, ears. Bad ears. Ears. And it slowly opens as quickly as it can. He's like, Iris fell. Iris fell. The queen goes stark white. Fell where? He points out. She stands up and she's like, find her now. The soldiers go. They usher you out. They push you out.
But who's Iris?
I don't know, but she fell. I'm going to look for her. Goodness.
Are we shuffled out? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that.
Good going, Sir Toxalot.
Well, I just thought we.
Never been in front of royalty, have you?
You can't call her queen. It's Your Majesty, Your Grace.
Well, then why didn't you tell me?
Yes, thought it was
Is she
common
not?
knowledge.
Is she not the queen?
Yes, but
You don't call her queen.
Well, that's her
title.
name, Queen.
It's not her name, it's a title.
and one thing at a time, please. Can't just bombard her with all of your requests. It's not how this
Well, I
works.
was trying to help.
Thank
As
you
we're
for
being
your help.
ushered out by the guards, I'm going to ask one of them, who's Iris and why are you all so fearful of her?
Oh, we're not fearful for her. We're fearful on her behalf. That's the queen's daughter.
Oh. Well, do you know what she's talking about? She fell?
The one who came in. He's like,
Klaxon's exit tube. She was peeking through. She went in.
Into the exit tube? I don't understand your technology. You'll have to explain it for me.
It's like a junkyard. Anything he makes that he doesn't like, he puts it in there.
What was she
But he
doing?
doesn't deactivate them first.
And so what's on the other end of that? All of his machines
All
just
of his
whizzing
rejects.
and whirring about?
Yeah.
What was she doing playing around in the forge area?
Iris is a problem. She just runs around. He gave her one of the prisoner bracers just so that she wouldn't leave the mountain anymore.
Don't you think the queen would
Yes, we,
handsomely reward
yes,
us
we
for
should go
bringing her
find.
daughter
Yes, let's go
back?
find her daughter.
We'd
Is there
like to
anything
help.
we can do to help?
Find her.
Which tube did she go down?
The exit tube, Klaxons. Go down to the forge.
That's the only way.
It's
There's
the
no
only place
back
to put
entrance.
stuff.
There's no other entrance.
Here's the thing. It's a one-way.
So how do we get back out?
Well, why did the guards just go? Why do we have to go down and risk our lives for Iris?
So we can get whatever we want from the queen.
Oh.
It's called leverage.
remember your list of demands that we stopped you short from asking?
Yeah?
You'll get all of them. Every single one.
Maybe one of them.
Nope, every single one. She's good for her word.
So the exit tube leads down to where?
The
reward would be-
The guards kind of are hurriedly explaining this to you as you're going down. They basically tell you there are certain natural pockets in this mountain where they weren't suitable to build anything on top of. They're not strong enough to do
dumps,
anything.
basically.
Yeah, so he's built a one-way tube for it's like, this one's not perfect. Thump, thump, and it shoots these things down. But because there's only one way, he doesn't bother to deactivate them first because they obey him. So he's kind of like, meh, tosses them.
Oh, you two.
So,
Yes.
I have the scroll of flying. If we go down, we pick her up, I use the scroll, and we all go up out of the tube.
Does it work on all of us?
I don't know.
Well, I have my boots, so I could climb back up. But it's a wind we'd be fighting, right? Like wind resistance?
I
It's like
have
it's like a natural
Or
vacuum.
is it just like a slide, like dump it to crumpet style?
I'll just say you have gone to this point and you're checking the tube. There is a forward.
like a vacuum.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like it's pushing wind. So it's meant to be an exit to keep these things. From
Where is
falling
this
back
at?
Out.
On which level?
on the forge,
Forge level.
Forge level. How far away is Claxon's shop from this?
So it's in his shop, right?
Yeah. It's just outside his shop.
So the dumb girl was playing around the shop like a ninny.
Well, I'd like to go into the shop and talk to Claxon. So I'm going to do that. Great.
I said it'd be done in 2 days.
I
Give
know,
me a little
2
bit of
days.
time.
Thank you. They're not done yet. No. Because I might need them.
Well, they're sort of. You can't.
All right.
Could
Well,
you
here's the
rent
deal.
some in the meantime? Could you rent some in the meantime?
Here's the deal. You know one of your garbage chutes?
Yeah,
You know, where you throw all your rejects?
I built it. Yeah.
Yeah. Something bad has happened.
What's happened?
You
You
know
let the queen's daughter down
Princess
it!
Iris fell
Princess
down.
Iris fell down your garbage chute.
She is such an idiot.
That's what I said.
That aside, we need to get to her. I need you to shut down all of your machines that you've thrown down there.
I can't do it remotely.
Well, Mr. Science Whiz, what do you suggest? Because it's a one-way tube, right? If I understand your technology correct?
Yeah.
So if I jump down there, I don't know what's waiting for me, and I sure as hell don't know how to get back up here.
Let's work something out. If you get down there and you're able to find her and clear it, give me some sort of signal. I'll turn off the wind so we can we'll reverse it. We'll pull you back up.
Okay, so how do we handle your machines?
I build them very well.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And now I've got 2 short swords that are being occupied.
Do you have Lona short swords?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
I'm not worried about the weapons. I'm worried about your machines. How do you turn them all off? Or unless you've already deactivated them when you throw them down there? Please tell me you've deactivated them while you throw them
That
down
would be
there.
the smart thing.
You've seen the bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the bowl. I've seen the bowl.
That's how you stop them. They don't stop. They don't
You
get
can't
tired.
there's no off switch.
I
You
do
can't
my
just-
job very well.
I know. You don't build a safety switch
Kill
into them.
switch?
Kill switch.
They
thank
obey
you,
me.
kill switch.
There's no danger to me. And I tell
Well,
them.
if they obey you, why don't you go down there? If they're with us, we'll find the queen's daughter, and that way your machines won't attack us.
I've got work to do.
I know you do, but it's the queen's daughter.
It's the queen's daughter.
Imagine us going back up to the queen saying, "Oh, by the way, he could have stopped him, but he
Imagine
wouldn't
the
do
queen
it."
Imagine
losing
that.
her best architect. Imagine the queen losing her best automaton builder. That could ruin this country.
And if she loses her daughter's head on it's your
Honestly,
fault.
I'm worth more to her than she is.
Than
Who do
your
you think
daughter?
put the prison bracer on her arm anyway?
Can't you build a kill switch for your machine? Something that will tell the machines that basically we are you, and then they won't attack.
I never had to before. Just send them to the dump.
Yes.
What,
Never had to doesn't mean you couldn't do it.
how do you mean they respond to you? Your voice, your look, your.
He snaps his fingers, a little spark. Magic. Mine. They're programmed to obey me. But unfortunately, those ones are the rejects. They're the ones that don't listen quite right. So that's why they go down there.
Should we encounter them, how would you expect us to get past them then?
Hit them very hard.
Well, do you have something that I could hit them very hard with?
He pulls out 2 short swords and he gives them to you.
Are these these mine, just unfinished?
They're definitely not. No, they're
Okay, great.
they're bronze. They look a little weaker than yours, if anything. But they
This is all you have.
they're loners. Look, I was gonna make them fancy too, but I'm working on yours, and they're not in a state for you to use.
Is it normal for the princess to
Wander off?
Yes. Yeah. And make
Yeah.
irresponsible choices?
Yeah. Yes. That's why she's not allowed to leave the mountain.
Interesting. Does the queen have other heirs?
Funny. Shut down all the garbage smashes in the detention level. Give them the loner. Thank you, you get the reference.
Shut down all the garbage. Where's the attention level?
It's from the mask.
I want them to be like slightly bent in like a really weird way.
Do you have any way to contact me from down there? It's sort of.
I could use a thaumaturgy and I could make a very loud noise, travel up the tube.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I have a question. What kind of mechanism are the minds of these automatons?
Well, some of them are a little closer to lifelike than not, because I put a little bit more magic into them. The more machine they are, the less personal.
My question for that is because I have the mind spike.
Do you have a communicator device? Do you use them here?
I don't have anything like that. Okay. But that sound thing should work. It's basically a big old horn tube. Well, I'll hear it through. I'll wait for you up here. Once you're ready, I'll pull the switch, air reverses, you'll come right back up. Just don't bring anything with you.
That's the plan, believe me.
Does a magical attack work on these automatons?
Some of them, yeah.
Oh, okay, great. That's good.
There's lots of designs and lots of design flaws, so they're all a little bit different.
Oh, very well.
Are they immune to anything?
Some of them.
So some of these have spells or enchantments on them, right? So if I were to use, say, a counter spell on some or one or many, would that be able to destruct the magic of them?
That might work on old Sparky. You'll know him when you see him.
Old Sparky, yes.
Well, we're on that matter. Any others that we should be worried about?
Sure. There's the there's the toughie. That one's he's basically a killer shell, man. He's gonna be hard to kill.
I'll look out for him. Nobody else? Any fast movers?
Most of them. One of them is extra fast.
All right.
Another thing to be worried about for you. That's not copper in there. That's earth. They can dig through that. So, be careful.
I see.
All
right. Well, shall we?
I don't want to.
I know you don't.
Okay.
Weird sneaking suspicion that I'm now out of earshot of the blacksmith. That since this princess is so reckless and clearly not the favorite of the queens, that maybe she was pushed down the tunnel.
Possibly.
Just a thought.
But I still think we'll have better leverage if we bring her back.
All right.
Tally ho.
There we go.
I make the sound that Han Solo makes when he jumps down the garbage chute.
Before we go down, I'm gonna
Sure.
cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't have that. Can somebody cast that on
I
me?
can only cast it on myself. I'm
Damn it.
sorry.
What's your AC?
13.
You're fine.
Okay. Numbers.
So you all land. It's just a dark cave as far as you can tell. There's rocks everywhere. This place has collapsed many times from these things trying to claw their way out. There's boulders and just deep gouges on the walls. Currently, the place looks empty. If you'd like to make perception checks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Let me take a look at.
CX.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to change my AC through spells. 4.
You kind of just have to manually do it. So like press.
Yeah,
press where it's
yeah,
supposed to.
okay.
Oh, so close. 19. I have 22.
Okay. You can see the dirt is shifting in various places in front of you.
As if something's crawling underneath it.
Yes.
Cool.
And you can even hear the as it's metal against stone. It's just muffled under the earth, but you two can't hear it.
Iris! Yes.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
No!
You see all down the hall, little red glowing stalks pop up, similar to the ones in the door.
You so much.
Shit.
A couple are coming out of the walls of the cave. Just There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs of eyes in all that you can see.
Okay.
You, sir,
But you do
are
hear
an idiot.
yes, way back in the back of the cave.
Good God. Oh, we could have gone about this so much better.
We're coming for you.
Oh,
Some of the eyes in the back swivel around to where her voice was coming from, and duck back under the earth. And
I use thaumaturgy and I hit like a loud spot, so it's like a cave almost that we're in. Is that kind of what this is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make the sound come from like the middle side of the cave, just like a kind of sound to try and get them away from her.
sure, they start going towards the
And
sound.
I'm going to instantly cast invisibility.
oh no. That works out well for you, doesn't it?
I'm gonna
The movement is the sight is based on movement.
I'm gonna activate my spider climb boot and try and like crawl on the opposite side of the tunnel. And use all my movement to try and get back to where I heard her voice.
Okay. About halfway through, you're going to get attacked.
Okay.
You see little hooks, or it looks like almost like little fins coming towards you, and then they hook up out of the ground to try and grip you.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo. Da-da-da, what's your AC now? Mage armor?
It's 17, but if these are melee attacks technically, right?
They are.
On the
This
first
one is.
On the first one, I'm going to use defensive duelist, which makes my oh, it's proficiency. That's nice.
What?
I casted invisibility on both of us.
Oh, you did?
No,
oh,
on-
and the two of you.
yeah.
Cool.
Great.
So 3. Oh, actually, when I
Yeah, I
use
can do
defensive
that.
duelist, it goes up to 20. So for that first hit, it's 20.
23.
Okay. Damn.
The AC is 23?
Well, no, to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Okay. Can I cast something real quick before we get into the heat of this?
Don't cast or attack, you'll
currently
lose
after
your
this-
invisibility.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Is 7 plus.
Okay, thank you. Then never mind.
So 9 damage.
Okay.
It hooks right into your calves and is trying to pin you down. Now we'll roll for initiative.
Initiative.
The best. Phew. These things are going last.
So many things going on right now.
11.
All my games.
11.
You don't add anything to that, do you?
Your dex.
Oh. 13.
Initiative
Okay.
+2.
Oh, jeez.
That's okay.
It's right there. Written down in front of my face.
14.
Okay.
17 for me.
Okay. 17. All right. So Aura,
But
you
we're
get to go
invisible.
first.
We are invisible.
Awesome.
Currently, of the 8 pairs of eyes that you saw, only 2 of them are currently looking at you. The rest of them are heading toward where you shot off that sound.
So there are 2 creatures on me right now, or one with 2 eyes?
One direct, like one is in contact with you. One has its hooks in you, and the other one is close enough, and it's probably going to attack soon.
Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm gonna use my. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll pull out the Fates and Heartbreak, which is the dagger and the rapier, and bonus action light up the dagger and just bam bam go for it. You're like, yeah, do it. I'm like, oh no. Alright, so let's see. Rapier goes first. That's a 20, 15 plus 7. What is that, 22 to hit?
Yeah, it does. Reroll it.
No more DM rerolls. We need the helps.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay, alright, so the first one misses, and then I'm going to hit with the dagger now. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And it's lit. 2 plus 2 fire damage. Okay, so that's 5 points of damage,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
All right. Nitsage.
I'm going to try and, with my invisibility, stealthily go as far forward as I can with a speed of 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I need to roll for anything like that for stealth since I'm invisible, or?
Not for these. No. You're able. They're distracted or otherwise paying attention. You're quiet enough as compared to that loud noise that they're not interested.
Okay. And then if I could, I'd like to use my action to dash.
Okay.
30 more feet to try and get to the back
Sure.
of that area.
Okay. So you're pretty far across, but you still don't see her.
Okay.
So at this point, this is probably a cave formed by like a gas pocket or something. So there are points where the rock comes up, and there are columns, natural columns within this bubble.
Okay.
So she could be behind any number of them at this point.
Okay.
It is now Lubo's turn.
I'd like to do the same sort of movement as him since I'm also invisible. But I'd like to do it on the opposite side. So if he went one way, I went kind of on the opposite side,
Okay,
but
just
like
covering more
mirroring him,
ground.
yeah, to cover more ground. But I do have Natural Explorer, and my terrain type is Mountain, so I'm pretty much favored in this area,
Yeah.
which means I can, I can move pretty stealthily and get in and out quickly. But it also says when tracking creatures or whatever, I can learn exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Sure.
So I'm also wondering if I can gather any traces of her movement through this area.
Sure.
If I can sense or pick up footprints or something or see where she's gone.
Okay.
So I have a little bit more advantage, I would assume, than him on tracking her down.
Sure. So I would say make a survival check with advantage.
11. Proficiency. I'm not really sure how to add all that up. It says proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to it. But I guess that doesn't apply to this since it's survival.
Oh, okay. Well, then what's the closest intelligence or wisdom? At this point, I'd like to give you that advantage. So.
Intelligence is 2. Yeah, it's all about the same 8. About 11 or so. Yeah.
Okay.
We're hovering around 11, 12.
There are so many varying tracks of different sizes and shapes, and disturbed by whatever's going on underneath your feet, you can't track her at this point.
Can't pick up anything. So.
Nope.
Okay. And I would have dashed as well, so I'd say I'm about the same distance forward as he is, just on the opposite side.
Sure. As you both are further in the cave now, you do hear something bigger and heavier moving around, sliding. It doesn't sound like something that is burrowed. It sounds like something that is very brazenly above ground.
Does my dark vision allow me to see a little bit further than what he's seen or what anybody else has seen?
Make a quick perception check.
Sure. Yeah, 16.
16. You do see a very large shape. It's outside of your vision mostly, but you do see a very dark, very large shape moving behind another pillar. Could be chasing something. It is now their turn. So 2 of them are going to attack you,
Okay.
and the other ones unfortunately don't know where these guys are, so they're kind of just Trying to find.
Excellent.
This one hits.
Can I ask what you rolled? Because I might use my feet on it.
Okay, 22.
Well, I guess it would have hit anyway, so go ahead.
Ouch. 11. So it's starting to pull down on your calves and trying to pull you into the dirt. You can start to see, as it's pulling you down, it's also pulling itself out a little bit. So as you look behind you, you can see a long copper spine segmented and a huge maw at the end of it, like a beak. And it seems to continue on for a few feet. Long, skinny body.
Okay.
Now the second one that was on your left is going to try. This one, you hear. It's going to try and. Oh, sorry. You have to take. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
15.
Yup. Okay, so you're going to take half damage.
Nice.
You take 2 damage. Lucky duck. But yeah, lightning strikes from the second one. It just zaps you while you're hooked, and it just couldn't dodge it because you're Pew pew. And the other ones, I'm gonna see if they notice you all. That's the one. They're like derp, and they hit a rock. We're back up to Aura.
Okay, I'm gonna try and disverge.
This is also a good time to remind our wonderful viewers here that you can influence this story. You can give them rerolls to get out of these situations. I currently have 5 remaining. They only have 1. You can also drop more enemies if you so choose. You can, and if we hit that 100 goal, I got a fat stack of big bads that I can pull like we did last week. We can make this very dangerous.
Come on, Avengers.
All right.
Justice League this time.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and hit the one that's got me hooked with the rapier. Yeah, that should hit. It's 20 to hit. No, 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So the other one, is it within 5 feet? I'm asking for my.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay. Okay, that's 12 points of damage. And then,
Your dagger lit up?
yeah, it is. Maybe I can move out of range. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack with the dagger as well to try and get away from this thing. That's an 18 to hit.
That also hits.
And that's 5 points of damage to that one. And then with my movement, I want to try and get away from it.
Are you adding your
I
modifier
didn't on
damage?
that one because I'm not supposed to on the second attack, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was making that mistake before. I don't know. And I'd like to use my movement to get away from it. And with my fancy footwork, they won't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. What's the total damage? I'm sorry.
It was crud.
You rolled an 8 the first time.
Okay, so it was
You rolled an 8. You rolled an 8 with your rapier.
yeah. So it was 12 from the rapier, and then it was 4, and then 5 from the dagger.
You
So 13.
managed to find a sweet spot, and the hooks release as the light doom, 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 dims in both of its
Okay.
eyes. So that one
nice.
is dead.
Cool.
The other one is going to probably chase you down.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. On to Nitsage.
I'm going to go up a little further and keep on the lookout. So I'm going to go up 30 feet and kind of look around. And if I don't see her, I'm going to go up another 30 feet and look around to see if I see her.
Okay. Perception check, please. Actually, I'm going to deal a little bit of damage to everybody because of that terrible one that I had to make it fair.
Perception 12.
12. You do see, you see the same silhouette that he saw, a very large, bulky, rolling item. but you don't see the girl yet. You sense movement, but you can't, you're too far. You can hear steps, so you're assuming that she's far ahead of you to your left.
Okay.
And this thing is slowly chasing after her. And you hear what sounds like something like clacking back, like
Interesting.
it's hard to tell exactly.
So yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Boobo.
Oh, hello. I'd like to stealthily move towards the rear direction of the creature that I saw, like shifting in the distance, as if it wants to come up behind it. And also would like to again check the area to see if I can find her footprints or try to track her down a little bit more. Yep. Almost the same move as last.
Okay.
Moving forward and perception checking again, I would imagine.
Yes. There we go.
Why not the Power Rangers?
Oh, it's still not strong anyway. Really, I like 10.
10.
That check, yeah.
At this point, I say that a lot. You're tracking the thing, and I think you piece together at this point that it is following the girl. But you still don't. You're not sure how far away she is. This thing's moving slowly, but tirelessly.
Am I close enough to see it better?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you are.
And would I make the assumption that it's the killer shell, the Tuffy creature?
So what you see
Giant
in
roller
front of
coaster,
you,
giant
since you are
roller coaster.
behind it,
Yeah, right.
are large metal arms that look almost like wrenches, a couple other arms up on top with pinchers, wooden rolling bits, and just a bunch of steam coming out the back of it. And you can see something ratcheting back inside the center of it. And it's starting to like building tension.
Oh, I see. More of a weapon than it is a means of movement?
Yes. Yeah, it's already moving on its own. This is
Right.
a separate function.
Okay. Great.
It is now their turn. First, I'll roll to see if the rest of them know what's happening. They look around. Unfortunately, since y'all are invisible, they all see Aura.
Oh, no.
Also, now they decide to launch themselves out from under the earth. They are no longer hidden. So what you see, as I unplug this sucker, is 8 or 7 of these
Jeez.
Oh, those are cool looking.
crawling
cool.
through the ground. They've got big. Actually, wait, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. He was on top of it. You got it.
Nice.
So yeah, they've got, there's a freaking sword in its mouth on top of a razor sharp beak, on top of the little claws, on top of razor sharp little feet that are digging through the
Goodness.
ground, and a blade at the tail.
What the hell, Klaxon?
And half of them are sparking.
Oh, good God. Oh, half of them are sparking. But
Yeah.
you know what the sparky hits.
Now,
Cool.
so, oh dear. So the first one, well, actually, sorry, this one is dead. That one's done. First, I will see attacks. That one misses.
Okay.
Welcome, misses. This is gone.
Oh, here we go.
The next one misses.
Awesome.
This one
Sticky notes.
Yes,
hits.
please.
Can I racket shot at it, City, to bump my AC to 20?
What was that?
Racket shot. Sorry, defensive duelist. Was it above a 20?
It was a 19 roll with a +5 to hit.
Okay. All right.
So this one, it's launching itself off the ground, and it's going to try and clamp down on you.
Okay.
And so it's going for a bite, and it's going to be 1, 4, and 9. Rubber.
Okay.
You're down so fast.
When you fight things hand to hand, sometimes that's what happens.
But now I have to roll for it to see if a particular thing happens.
Goody.
It does not happen.
Okay, good.
Another one's going to. This one's also going to go for a bite, but it's going at a disadvantage because it's launching itself from much further away.
Okay.
It misses.
Okay.
This one misses. That one. What's your AC right now?
17.
Misses. One more. Hit.
Okay. a little down.
So this one goes up. Gonna go for a bite.
Please roll low. Please roll low.
3 damage.
Please let it be my turn.
Nitsage and Bubo, you hear the clicking, the clacking, and you hear as it hits the stonework and whatever it launched is embedded. You hear a shriek. And then the clicking begins again. Another arm reaches back into itself, pulls out a javelin. Another. Another shriek. But you also hear footfalls. You think it missed. It is now Aura's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna cast, as my action, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself. Okay, there's that, so I get 5 temporary hit points.
Sorry, I just saw your stat. Dear.
She's fine.
And now, at least when things hit me, I'll be able to sort of hurt them back. And then let me know if this is too much. For my, are they kind of all clumped in one area?
They're all kind of just scampering to get to you right now, because you're the only one they see.
Okay.
If something else on the other side made more noise, they might be distracted. But
Gotcha.
at this point, they're on you.
Let me know if this is too much. I want to try to use my movement to back up and my free action to pull out that big seed that Orphil gave us.
Okay.
And kind of like grenade it at them as I'm trying to get the hell out of the way.
Okay.
So that's what I
So you
wanted.
throw the seed.
Yeah.
The seed hits the ground, and with a force all on its own, it flips itself around and draws itself into the earth. Vines begin to spill out like a geyser of vegetation, and it wraps itself into a humanoid figure with like leaf sort of split around its head and vine fingers, and it's just like looks around. You have a new friend.
Oh snap!
I was waiting for you guys to use that. So
That's why we had that.
I didn't. Yeah.
I'll just have it go immediately after you now.
Okay.
And it so it grabs the nearest, or attempts to grab the nearest of these automatons.
Yeah, you were there. You were there.
Cool.
It hits. Doesn't do too much. It does 5 damage to one of them.
Take it.
But yeah, it immediately understands your intent, and you feel a sort of a magical connection to it. It's hard to define, but you feel like if you directed it to do something, it would listen.
Dope.
And it is quicker than you would expect. This thing is flying. It's like the roots themselves are just constantly moving.
Cool.
It is now Nitsage's
With my
turn.
brain, I tell it, kill the machine.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit.
I'm going to attempt to get closer to the sound of the shriek.
Okay. At this point, so as you make it out there, you see her now, and she is sprinting away from this thing, but it just continues to like Michael Myers its way towards her. So no matter how fast she runs, it's always in range.
It's trips, you know.
Right? Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
You know, it's loose
Obstacles.
rock. She does not as. This is an unlucky gnome. If you have a feeling she doesn't have dark vision, and so she's just
buddy.
terrified.
She's like a pile of rocks, basically.
Yeah. So you see her, she's scratched and bloodied. You can tell she's been attacked by these things, and maybe she got quiet enough to where they stopped going after her, but now that they're awake again, she's freaking out. She's still wearing her kind of royal robes. Most of them are torn, and she hasn't even been down here that long, and she's already this messed up. She actually does not look very good. But yeah, if you'd like to do something else with your turn besides just seeing her, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to try and. Oh shoot. How far away is the? So this is Tuffy, right?
The big, yeah.
So how far away is Tuffy from me, and how far away is am I from Iris?
You're about 50 feet from Iris. You are also
I'm coming.
This is Tuffy. Bubo's behind him.
Okay.
This is Iris.
Okay.
And this is you.
Okay.
So you're pretty far. You're just out of
And they're
line.
going this way?
Yeah, they're going this way. You're
okay.
coming up this way, and Bubo's coming behind.
I'm going to instruct Hailstorm to get in the face of this automaton. Some
Okay.
sort of face to try and distract it and maybe slow it down.
Sure.
I don't have any of those points at all. I don't.
No, it's all good. So he listens to you and he tries to do it. So he's like, he gets his wings in front of its eyes, which are the same sort of lenses. The face of it is carved out to be more of a representative of a sort of dragon thing, and from its mouth you can see a harpoon being clicked back as the thing goes. But he's waving, and the eyes are kind of and it starts to angle itself up more to try and aim itself at Hailstorm. This is making more of a grabbing more attention.
Can I see that? Does Tuffy see Iris? Can I tell that he's like? Damn it! All right, this is going to have to happen. I'm going to make the same shriek. I'm going to minor illusion, the same shriek she did, to the other side of Tuffy.
The backside?
Like where Bubo is.
Maybe more like diagonal. If Bubo's,
Okay,
you
so
said Bubo's on this
further
side,
down.
a little this way. If she's over here,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna try and do it over here.
Sure.
When I cast that, my invisibility goes.
That's a good trick.
Yay.
My invisibility goes, and your invisibility goes.
Welcome to the party, guys.
They don't see you, Nitsage, but they see Bubo, the
Right.
little ones that have been attacking her. So half of them.
Jesus. Thanks for ruining it for me, fool.
I'm sorry, bud. Yep, and that's all for me.
Okay.
Got this.
So
I
Tuffy.
had plans.
Oh, sorry.
I got some good plans, bro.
We should have talked about it before.
Just ruined it.
Tuffy was tracking tracking Hailstorm, but after that scream, it does shift itself over
Okay.
to now start moving in the new direction,
Cool.
searching for whatever made the noise.
All right.
And now it's Bubo's turn. And don't forget, you have Numeril to do things as well.
I do. Well, what I wanted to do before he invisibilitied me is I wanted to try to climb to a place of better advantage before, because I was about to release the invisibility on myself anyway. But I want to try to do that unless that counts as an action that would keep me from doing other things.
It would be your movement. There are boulders nearby where you could get some high ground.
Yeah,
that
I
aren't
wanted to
too
get
far
some
away.
advantage because I knew that these things are going to come after me at some point. And I'd like to cast Spike Growth right in front of Tuffy.
Okay.
And that's 20-foot radius centered on a point within range. It twists and sprouts and hard spikes and thorns. So the area is difficult terrain for the duration, which is up to 10 minutes. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The ground is camouflaged to look natural, though, so any creature that can't see the area the spellcast must take a wisdom perception check against the spell to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. So I want to cast that like right in front of Tuffy in hopes to slow him down a little bit from his chase.
Sure.
And then for my attack action, that's a spell action, right? Let's see, where was that?
You said it was 1d4 damage for each 10 feet? Every 10 feet?
It is 5 feet.
5 feet.
2d4 piercing damage
Okay.
for every 5 feet a beast travels within a 20-foot radius. So I don't know your layout. So if any of those other creepy crawlies come within close to that area, I'm not really sure. But there's that. And then for my other attack action, I would like to fire my my longbow with Orithil, so it's flaming, and I would like. Oh gosh, where was it? Sorry, there's a lot of things going on with my new features. I guess so for bonus action, so I have a bonus action of casting Hunter's Mark, which I want to do as well.
Do that.
Can I, since it's a bonus action, does that have to come after my attack action?
No.
Okay, because I want to cast that. Let me see if that worked. Sorry, I'm also doing it on here. Yep, that worked. Okay, so Hunter's Mark for me deals an extra d6 damage to the target, and I have an advantage on any perception or survival check on the target, I think. So
But
what I would...
You found them at this point.
is it only for finding it?
Well, for, like, if you're gonna
because
attack
my idea is I want to see if I can pinpoint a weakness and find that weakness, or like its central point of gosh, it's a thing like energy source or whatever, and I want to fire at that.
Okay.
Is my idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all that. So yeah, let's do the. Yeah, let's go back to. That's 11.
11.
11.
11 damage?
No, 11 for the bow to hit. I think.
Does not hit.
Yeah, no.
You have one reroll in the pool.
I do. I think I'm gonna save the reroll in case you need it.
Okay.
I miss with that, but then I'm gonna use Horde Break. Is there another creature that's within 5 feet of that target of Tuffy, or is any of those other little creepy crawlies close?
No.
Okay, then I can't use Horde Breaker on
Yeah,
them.
they'll be on their way on their next turn.
Copy that. Okay, then that's where I'm at.
Okay. It is now their turn. Oh boy! All right, so these three are still on you. So one of them is going to attack. That one misses. That one will hit.
Even if I bump it to 20?
Yeah, and then the third one is a nat 20.
There isn't like a spell action and
Oh,
a
dear.
melee attack action.
There we go.
Your action is your,
All right,
your
so
spell
do
cast.
1, 2.
Unless you have a feat
Five.
that allows you to do both.
First is
Two
6.
attacks per action. So it spell doesn't count as an
I'm
attack.
unconscious.
Uh-oh.
And then I don't know how this works since it hit me and I went unconscious. Usually with the armor Bagathus, they're supposed to take 5 cold damage, but I don't know if that counts if I get knocked unconscious. So
We'll say it does.
okay,
Yeah.
so 5 cold damage.
I'm actually gonna sneeve that 20 because the second you fall unconscious, they no longer deem you as a threat or a target. So the eyes swivel, and this is the very, very fast one. So all of them have different quirks and failures, and this one's particular quirk is speed. So it is going to zip over to Bubo
Great.
and do a bunch of damage.
Did you shriek when you got hit? Did you make a hit hard noise?
Probably like a.
14 damage as it bites you.
Of course it does.
Stabs you with its little tonguey tongue. Now the other 4 are gonna do something as well.
Oh, good God.
Doop. Miss. 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 Come on! Okay, so, yeah. Boo. But now the biggin, you hear... But now you hear a new sound. And then a release. Misses. You see a charged bolt fly from it, misses the girl, shoots way too wide, but where it hits in the cave, it explodes. Just walls crumble, things coming down. Some of the ceiling starts to give.
Perfect.
The girl screams again. Iris is freaking out. And thankfully, none of you are close enough to have to do the save, because that would be bad. Very bad. It is now Aura's turn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Success.
Your vegetal friend now gets to go as well.
Yay!
Come on, veggie friend.
And so there's 2 machines by you. First one hits, second one hits. Crushes the one that took you out.
Nice. Go, veggie friend.
Oh, fuck. Crushes the other one as well. It basically just puts them together and uses their beaks and stuff to just stab into each other, and it moves its vines out of the way so it doesn't even get hit. Just and then just starts going and starts chasing after to try and help
Nice.
you.
Help
Go,
me the
Planty.
helps.
Go, Groot.
Maybe,
Yeah, right?
Baby Groot.
maybe when you wake up, your veggie friend can tell you a story or a veggie tale.
Boo!
Ah?
Hiss, hiss. More rerolls. It is now Nitsage's turn. Oh, sorry, there's one more thing I have to do. Nothing. Nothing. Third one. One of the above ground ones that's chasing after you starts to overheat, can no longer move. Yes. And that's it.
I'm going to get kind of behind, a pillar or a rock or something, and message Iris to basically run back toward me.
Okay.
Iris, this is Nitchage. We're here to save you. Run back the other way toward and I try and give her the direction where I saw her to run back toward where I am.
Okay. She's absolutely agreeable. She starts just going for it.
While she's doing that, I'm going to pull out the scroll of flying and read what it entails.
Oh, just like how it works?
What does it entail? Yeah.
Basically, you say the words, you think of all the arcane stuff that's on the
Right.
scroll as you say it. Once you speak it aloud,
Yeah.
it goes into effect and you'll be flying.
What
forward.
is what's the flying speed of that, and how long does it last?
It would be your own speed, and it can last for up to 30 minutes. It's pretty solid.
Pretty good.
But it's a one-time usage. Once you speak the words, you'll forget them forever, kind of situation.
Okay, and it's you said as a 30 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be kind of getting familiar with that while she's coming this way toward me. and I'm kind of hiding. Can I? I don't get a roll for anything. I'm not a rogue, am I? Is it a rogue?
For what?
To hide?
If I'm trying to hide, is that a rogue thing or?
Have you taken an action?
No, I guess the message would be my action. So
Then-
copy that. Okay, and that's all for.
Cool. Anything for Hailstorm?
Hailstorm is still gonna try and you know what? Actually, he kind of sees what's going on. He's gonna try and are there like wires behind the headpiece at all? Or is there anything kind of sticking out?
Yeah, there are sort of intricate tubes and cables and that sort of thing.
He's gonna try and gnaw on one of those things.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he gets down to one of them, and he chews through it, and you hear kind of hiss release, and it starts to move more slowly.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I forgot to roll for its damage as well. Let me check its speed, because it should be running over all of your things. So let me check that with speed. 3, 4, 7. Take 17 damage. Because it's just tearing up the wooden portions of the tire.
How
It's
fast does
starting
it
to
move,
drag
though?
a
Do we
bit.
know?
Slow.
Okay, that's what I
but
figured.
yeah, but fairly resilient. Boop boop boop. Boopo.
What's left on the playing field for the little creatures?
There are 5 little ones, and there's the one big one.
Okay. How far are the 5? Well, one had bit me.
Yes.
So one's up next to me. I
Yeah,
guess.
one is at you. That was the super fast one. The other
Uh-huh.
4 are closing in fast.
Okay. And can Doomero pick up the girl?
She is a gnome. She is a young gnome. It is very possible. It would be difficult, but it is a possibility.
How far away is she from him?
Well, she's now running toward him, so probably 15 feet away or so. She's going the long way around, trying to avoid.
Will she make it to him by his next turn? Is my question.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't think Doomero needs to assist then, at that point, if she's already going to be there. But you've already read your flying spell, so it's
Not
useless.
yet. I haven't.
Yeah, he read what it does. He hasn't.
But he hasn't said it yet. Okay.
Correct.
So I can try to get my bird to pick her up, and
Try and
We can
help.
do that.
Yeah, I'm not the strongest person.
so that way you can save your flying spell for another time. Thoughts. You think about that. You think about that, mister.
Okay.
Great.
You don't know that I have a scroll. You don't know I'm looking at the scroll of flying. So you do what you think you should do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Character knowledge versus player knowledge.
Yep. So, well, since I saw his bird go after the beast, then I'm gonna send mine to try to pick her up,
Okay.
and at least, if anything, move her closer towards the exit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still get
So
your
let's
own
deal
action
with-
as well.
Yeah. So let's just deal with Doomero real quick, right?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
we'll move on to mine. How do you want me to roll for this, sir?
Make a strength check at disadvantage for Doomero.
Okay, strength is +1 there. All right. This is not gonna do 3.
Yeah, he's at her shoulders and he's flapping hard, but he can't get enough of a gust underneath. He would have to try again. He's still trying to find the best way to grip her. It still doesn't seem like an impossible task, though.
Great.
You still have a reroll.
We do.
Are our dragons tiny or small?
They're at this point. They're probably small at this point.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering if that gives them any kind of boost on strength.
Boop. It is now. Or sorry,
Okay,
you still
yeah.
have a turn.
All right, so let's do attack with my longbow. Fiery longbow, Ortho. Going to shoot the next closest, not the one that's on me, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm going to try to aim for the next closest running thing, whatever you want to call them. trying to understand. I have so many different actions, and I don't really know how I can use them. So I have 2 attacks per action, but then I also have Horde Breaker, and then I have 2 weapon fighting. So I don't know like how many times I can end up attacking something.
Oh, because with the second attack, would you get attack, and then as a bonus action, a third attack?
Because bonus action is 2 weapon fighting.
And then you have an extra attack, so it's you can use your
attack.
action to attack, your bonus action to attack. So like with you have your right hand and your left hand, and then another extra attack to hit them with your right again.
They'll all have to be same weapon though. That's because I have 2 attacks per action. So my first attack could be longbow. Second attack could be the short sword, and then 2 weapon fighting, short sword again.
Would you have enough time to switch out those weapons?
I
then
really
in
don't know
6
how this
seconds?
works. That's why I'm trying to
just-
ask my questions.
Go for it.
Backseat DM.
You have to have 2 weapons in your hand. The bow is not going to work.
Right. It does. That doesn't work for
Two
two
weapon
weapon
fighting.
fighting.
Right.
Right.
So you'd have to take a different action to swap, or like a bonus action to swap your weapons in
Got
order
it.
to do that.
Okay.
Say next time. But also keep in mind, right now, only one is within direct reach of you because you're up on a boulder. The other ones are kind of circling
Right.
it, trying to get up to you. So you're in a safer spot.
Right.
Um,
So I have 2 attacks per action. So that could be 2 bow shots, right? And then do I get to do Horde Breaker on top of that for a different creature within 5 feet range?
yeah, I think.
Is it a
that
bonus
how it
action?
Like a third attack?
Or is that?
Oh, Horde Breaker is a special.
Is it for melee or ranged or both?
It just says when on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that's within 5 feet of the original target and within range of your weapon.
That's what that
Yep.
sounds like.
Okay,
Do it.
great. I just want to understand all my rules. Okay,
And don't
great.
forget to add when you hit, you get to add your hunter's mark damage to
Hunter's
that.
Mark is only on Tuffy though.
Oh yes.
I marked Tuffy. So I'm gonna just start lighting up some little creatures with my longbow. So I'll shoot the closest one.
Okay.
18 plus 7.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's 1d8 plus 2. Which one's? Oh God, which one's the 8? That's not 8. I don't know my 8-sided die.
It's the diamond looking one. The pointy diamond.
Pointy diamond like that?
No.
That
Like
one.
that,
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
this one. Right here.
There they all are. Of course, I put them aside so I could use them. That's 3 damage there. Fire damage, I guess. Unless that's additional, I don't know how.
The fire
how it
damage
works.
is additional. Yeah.
Okay. How do we?
There's another d6.
D6.
Oh, d6. Thank you. Okay. So that's 3 damage there. And then 5 fire. And then where does that put that one? Because
It's damaged.
damaged enough where I could shoot it. Should I shoot it again? That's what I don't know. Okay, great. I'll put another arrow into that same one, the
Okay.
closest one.
Double tap.
That's natural 20,
That a boy.
Sweet. Double that dice damage.
Heck yeah.
and then D8, that's 7 plus 7, 8, 9, so 18.
Double the 7.
What, oh,
So
do I?
14.
14.
Yeah.
And then
Add your
plus 2.
modifiers after that.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
16.
And then
Yeah.
don't forget your fire damage, but we don't double the fire damage, I think is what we decided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 2 fire damage.
Yeah. It's toast.
Nice. Woot woot.
And then Horde Breaker on the next closest creature. Missed him. That's a 3.
Okay.
3 plus 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Probably a miss.
Sure. Yeah. That is miss. Pew, pew, pew. It's their turn again.
Figured it out.
One of them is out of sorts. It has overheated. It can no longer do anything. It's stuck
Oh.
further back.
That's cool.
Now, the one that is up on the boulder with you charges up. You hear zzz, zzz, zzz,
Of course.
and actually make a DC fucking A. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Great. Oof. Oh, Lord. That's 6.
No.
There's still
That's a
a-
natural 1.
Well, yeah, but don't you add the
No,
bonus?
you definitely say yeah, natural.
Okay. Ooh. There it is. Yep. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my reroll.
All right.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Alright,
That's
do
a
it.
good
Use it
call.
up. Use it up.
I didn't know we do a natural 1 thing. I don't know how this game works.
It's a house rule.
No way.
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Is it another one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, chat. Help us out.
Dice jail.
Nice jail.
Yeah, this one's not working for me
Goodness.
anymore.
Send us
Look at that face.
I know it gave me a natural 20 earlier, so that's why I kept it in there.
Yeah, I know. They gave you 2 and then just pooped on you.
23 lightning damage.
Great.
Oh,
I'm almost dead.
Oh no.
Awesome.
You're almost unconscious. You're almost unconscious.
And I still have 5 reroll.
Frick you, Daddy.
Oh no. Oh no.
You can always tip to add friends.
Or rerolls.
Or rerolls.
Nitzage still has all of his health for now. Let's see what he does.
Comes down to message.
And
It's
the
a
other
duck.
2 still
Tuck
have
up.
to do their actions. Oh wait, first I'm gonna roll for this guy and see if his bad thing happens.
Yes. And
Overheat. They all overheat.
Oh wait, actually, sorry.
Right.
There's only one more because you killed the other one. So there's just one more.
2.
So that one, he's fine. The other one will attack. He does not make it up the side of the rock.
Thank
He tries
God.
to scramble at it. He can't get it, but he also must see. Nope, nothing bad happens to him
You gotta use the
either.
Snaps.
Oh man.
Snap a lot, will you?
Whatever works.
Now I have to see if the biggin can do the thing. You hear. So it's charging up one of them explosive
Oh,
ones
no.
again, but it's still facing the wrong way.
Cool.
Because it listened to your thing, but it's going to fire anyway. Yeah, it just blows up another portion of the cave.
Jeez.
It has not gotten wise yet.
Jeez.
Thank God. Thing going well.
It is Aura.
You got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
All good.
Come on.
Oh, that was a fail.
Oh no! Oh no!
One and one. Oh no.
Shit, they gave you guys the potions before
I
me.
know. But it's always before I can do something. It's like before I can give myself extra health is when it happens. Don't beat yourself up.
You got critters with wings and talons, and you got potions.
It's my turn next.
It's Groot's turn.
It's the Veggie Tales.
Oh yes, it is. It is.
Yeah,
It is. Sorry,
I
good
won't let
point.
you forget about Groot.
So he's going after the one that, not the one that zapped you, because it's up on the rock. But he's going up after the one that's on the ground. He hits. He's going to do some stuff. Where is it?
Get him, Groot. Get him.
It does 6 damage to that one. Smashy, smashy. It's not looking pretty good. He's like got the root. He's like got little roots and tendrils and stuff going in. It's trying to clog up the gears and it's starting to seize up. Bloop. Nitzage, your turn. Whoa! Thank you for the sub.
Thank
Biggs.
you.
Thank you very much.
Hides.
All right. And
Why does it say we're at 0
Dormammu,
subscribers?
what's
Dumaril.
Dumaril?
Correct.
Dumaril has picked her up already?
No. Well, he's got a hold of her, but he can't lift yet. Yeah.
I'm going
He's trying to lift her, but just hasn't managed to do it.
I'm going to read this, not expecting her to get to me, not knowing that Dumaril is on top of her. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Scroll of Flying. And I'm going to, for the movement, I'm going to go up 15 feet and try and see as much as I can.
Sure. Yeah, you see her collapsed on the ground.
I see her?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking for, do I see the girl?
Yeah. Now you see the girl being gripped at by Dumaril.
Oh, that's cool. And then do I see Bubo on top of the boulder, right?
I think he's obscured behind a pillar or so, so you
Darn it,
don't
okay.
necessarily see him. But Just Bucket Toast asks, how bad do things actually look? Pretty grim.
Yeah.
Pretty grim. You're not doing so hot.
Not great. Not great.
I'm going to trust that I see Dimro on top of the girl. It's like, cool, that's awesome. And this is all like super fast thinking. I'm going to start heading toward her on the ground. So went up 15 feet. So another 15 feet. The scroll. If I read the scroll out loud, that would be an action, right? So I couldn't use an action to dash to try and get further ahead.
For drama, I'll allow it.
Ooh. Then I do that. I'm gonna try and push my my body. Yeah. To try
All
and
those things.
get to her while passing over some weird foresty thing. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, you see that thing wailing on stuff too.
Yeah. So trying to try and make my way to her, and then still telling Hailstorm to. Oh, actually. Hey.
Oh.
Just Bucket Toast, a very edgy-looking man in a bat costume and a very packed belt. It's very yellow. Joins the fray.
That's hilarious.
Great.
Very yellow.
You.
I think Hailstorm will still try and nibble on more wires if he can see them.
He fully pulls out one long cable, breaks through the copper of it, and the wire starts to fray. The machine starts to move much slower now.
Much slower, okay.
It can barely turn and it can barely aim, but it's still kind of chugging along, and it takes 8 damage.
Nice.
Oops. Yay! So yeah, you're pretty much to her now, right?
Okay, then on my next turn, then I can give her a potion.
Booba.
Dumaril is going to strength check to see if he can lift her again.
Okay.
6.
No more.
My dice are the worst. I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh, that's right. I'm glad you have that. That helps.
Need it. 2d8s. Oh god! It's on the ground. It's garbage.
Do you want me another one?
Nice.
7 and 4.
Ooh, yeah.
That helps.
Nice.
Do you get any pluses on that? I know sometimes.
Yeah. You should. It's
Sometimes it's like your modifier, your spellcasting modifier.
plus
that
your
gets added to it.
spellcasting ability modifier. What do you use to attack with your spells? Go to go here. Plus 3. So 2d4 plus 3. Because your spell. Oh, casting modifier. Oh, you don't have any.
Nope.
Well, poop.
Ability modifier. Nope.
What's your ability
It
modifier?
probably goes off of wisdom.
Spellcasting ability modifier. I don't know what that is.
Well, it does. It says 0. So
Yeah, that's
one
a
of
0,
your.
okay. So there's no. So it doesn't give me anything.
Oh, it's your wisdom. Yeah. Copy that.
And I am not smart. Well, guess
Oh
we can
dear.
take this.
It's all right. You got
Okay,
10 though.
so I got some hit points back.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Great.
Howdy, Biggs. Welcome, and thanks again for the sub.
Oh. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Well, that seals the deal on which Batman this is.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna use my short swords to attack the dude that just shocked the shit out of me.
Okay.
Good lord, let me get my good dice out. Okay, short sword. Oh my lord, natural 1.
Your dice blow.
These dice suck.
Out of reroll.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you swing, you hit the rock, it bounces back at you. You're gonna take 2 damage.
Of course.
It is now.
Well, I still got another
Oh yeah, you do have
attack
another
action.
Yes, you do.
And then plus 2 weapon fighting. So I'm gonna swing at him again. All right. There we go. All right, that's something there. That's 15.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then D6. Thank you for retrieving that, by the way. D6.
I retreat it with my toes.
It's great. That's 5 damage.
Okay.
And then using 2 weapon fighting, I will swing again on that same dude.
Okay. One of those suckers is on fire, right? Or was it your bow?
No, just
your
the bow.
arrows.
Just the bow. These are my loner weapons. My loner short swords.
A loner.
They're like the bowling shoes.
That's
of
8
short
for the next
swords.
one, which I don't think hits.
No, it does not.
Definitely a bowling shoe.
All right.
All right.
These dice.
It is their
being
turn
crazy.
now.
Yeah, I told you to use mine.
I know I should.
So one of them, the one that's up with you, is going to try and bite. Its charge doesn't seem to be present anymore.
Good, thank God.
This does hit.
Of course.
4 damage. The second one is just going to try and climb up onto the rock. It doesn't seem as suited to this. It fails.
I'm gonna try something.
Does not do so.
Everything's on
Get you
time.
going.
The biggin, Tuffy, is starting to turn toward the action because it's starting to hear more of what's going on. So it starts to make a hard and slow left, but as it continues to grind against the spikes in the ground, it does take damage.
Haha!
Nice.
At least I did one thing right in this battle.
You did. You're doing great.
Takes 5 damage. One of the wheels at the front is starting to look a little loose, and now where Hailstorm has pulled back some of the cabling, you can see a sort of glowing center to the item, or you can see it because you're still close to it.
Yes.
You
Okay.
cannot.
Mark.
No, we can.
And now you hear, "Did somebody call me old chum?" And this little gnome in a little outfit,
Oh,
his little grapply hook.
Oh, bat gnome.
He's actually climbing down from the thing,
Yes. Out
from
of
the
the
side. I'm on my way. Don't worry.
Gimli. I know Gimli's a dwarf, but I want like other famous like small creatures to pop out as he's roping down.
Oh my
One
gosh.
of the same little creatures that's been attacking you pokes its head out. It's like, "Wah!" Punches it back in, comes back down. He's going to make a battering attack at the one that is on the
Yes.
rock with you.
Yes, thank
Go,
God.
bat gnome.
Don't worry, old chum. I'll get him.
God bless your heart.
Bat gnome.
He super hits.
Nice.
Holy cave gnomes! It's Bitman gnome.
So just it hits it. You see a little spark where it wedges in. It takes 5 damage. It is not looking particularly good. It's fairly rattly at this point. And he's Batman, so he gets another attack because he's Batman.
Batman.
That one misses though. He's a little old. I've been doing this for a long time. And now it is Aura's turn.
Okay. Oh, no. My red blood. It's fine. Everything's fine. I got this. Yeah, I got this. 11. That was close.
11.
See what they hit you.
It's 2 successes. I'm watching the little dots on the overlay. I'm like, oh. Shambly guy.
Yeah.
His turn. So he's goes for the one that's on the floor. Gets 2 attacks. First one misses. Second one hits. Does 9 damage, which is enough.
Woohoo.
The one that was on the ground, he just picks it up. All the little tendrils and stuff go inside, and he just splits it. Cool. It's now Nitsuge's turn.
Yeah, so if I get to her, I'm going to use my action to give her a greater healing potion. So I'm just going to pop the top and kind of open her mouth and
Drink this.
yeah. I pour it down her gullet.
Sure.
So
It's me like Doc Brown.
44.
No whammies.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points.
Okay.
Nice.
Dark brown.
You got hit hard.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And then Hailstorm is going to. He'll keep on Tuffy.
Okay. Sweet. He continues to make a bigger hole in the top of it, and it takes another 4 damage.
Oh, you know what? You said I was already over there. Can I? If I still have the flying cast on me for another half an hour, right? I would like to kind of go back up after doing her 15 feet, and then go back toward the girl.
Okay, and she's also coming towards you. I forgot to mention. So she's running towards where you all came from. She's she's
okay.
less of a distance, so you can get there easily. You actually meet up with her.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Doomerill's still like on her, and she's like, ah!
Did I see Bubo by any chance at this
Yes.
vantage?
Yeah. So now that you've been flying around, you see what he's up to. He's up on that boulder with the little punk.
Excellent. Okay, that's it.
Cool.
Great.
Cool.
Me turn.
Yes.
What's left other than the dude that still is not dead next to me?
The big one and the one that's next to you. That's all that's left.
Oh, great. Okay, so I see that he's flying now, and Doomeril hasn't made any progress. So I'd like to summon Doomeril back to attack the dude that's trying to get me.
Okay. He does so.
Do you want me to roll attack for Doom?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Good timing. Doomeril comes in and just, but did what it couldn't do for the girl. Just drops it. And just pieces everywhere. So the last of the little ones are there. All that is left now is the big one. And you can now see a glowing central.
Consider that, and I'm going to aim for it.
Orithil. Yeah.
And I'm going to launch an arrow at that glowy bits. All right, natural 20.
What a boy! He's back.
Let's send the flaming arrow toward the fuel cell on this thing, shall we?
No one's around it.
Yep.
Nothing around it? Okay.
Cool. Roll damage.
Okie dokie.
Hell yeah.
All right. It's a D8. Plus 2.
Double it.
All right.
No, we're all just gonna die of the blast right now. Look at him. Look at his joy in his face.
Oh, he's too happy. This is scary.
no.
All right. Well, that's
Yikes.
10, 12.
Damage? You
12.
Doubled it?
Yeah, that's doubled.
Did you
Yeah,
get
five. I rolled
Plus
5.
plus
Plus
fire.
damage.
Oh, fire damage. Jesus. 1.
That is just enough. Make
Wow.
a dexterity saving throw.
Goodness.
There's all in that.
Another natural 20. Here we go.
There's all in
Another
the
natural
blast
20.
range.
You got this.
Come on, you got it. You got it. You
Get
got
your
it.
finger ready.
Yeah.
Get your pew pew finger ready. There it is. Okay.
All right.
That's a
Pretty
9.
dexterous. You're pretty dexterous.
Plus 5.
So important.
14?
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Oh no!
Nope.
It explodes.
Yeah.
Big time explosion. Like magical fire explosion. You are right. They're far enough away.
Of course they are.
You are not.
Nope.
Good gravy, man.
I'm dead. Bye, everybody.
Nah, you'll be fine.
You're fine. You're
You
fine.
got this.
Nope.
I don't like
I'm
that
dead.
face.
You're not dead until you go negative your full number. Oh no.
What do you have? Oh no.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Take 20 damage.
You're still good. You're still good.
Not right.
Yeah,
You're-
you just
You're
bam.
Doesn't take any away of your. Doesn't take
Yeah.
anything away.
Oh man.
Can I use my inspiration somehow with that? Or does it not even matter?
You could have used it for
For
your
your
dex throw.
save.
That was a bit ago.
Good thing I know how to play this game.
Yeah, so you're definitely unconscious as shit, but at this point the danger is gone. So you can stabilize him with the potions and all of
Okay.
that.
Great. I
He says
do.
MacGruber over there.
I'll go over Yeah, there's no threat. Did we ever see old Sparky?
Yeah, he was the first one that shocked her. He was the only one with the ability to spark more than once.
Ah,
Everyone else would have
gotcha.
had to do a long rest recharge.
Interesting. Okay. Well, sorry. Yeah, so I'll pump a, I'll pump a lesser into him.
Don't need greater. I'm just dead.
You can heal yourself. You're fine.
I'll command Groot to carry the girl.
Sure. Yeah, he just easily, gently picks her up and just kind of tromps off. But you can tell the lush green that he was at the beginning of this encounter, he's starting to yellow.
Yeah, 10 points.
Yeah.
10 points of healing for
That's
you.
real good.
So you're wakey again.
Do you all still need my help?
Who are you?
I'm Bat Gnome.
You're adorable.
Thanks.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, did the queen send you?
No, I work outside the Queen's authority.
Oh.
So good.
Well, I'm gonna turn back around. I'm gonna turn around. Be like,
Thank you for the
well,
follow.
no, I think we got everything. And then is he still there if I turn back around?
He's like trying to slink off. He doesn't quite make it. Oh, you caught me.
No, I guess I didn't.
Still got it. he crawls up the rope. It's like back up the cave.
Should we wait? Should we give him a minute to get back up there? We all ready?
Yeah. So you got the girl. She's bloodied but fine. Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, and I'll use thaumaturgy to give the guy the signal up
so
at
you-
the top.
Plan succeeds. He turns the air on. Boom, 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 boom. You guys get sucked up. The birds too. We'll leave it there at this point. Sorry, we went a little long. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Batman, Bat Gnome. That's true. Some say you can still hear him creakily walking up the side of that cave. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for Sahlen's Legacy. This is week 9. Thank you for all your support. Every dollar goes back into all shows for this channel, so it's very much appreciated. Thanks, everyone, and thank you for your time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us,
Yeah.
and thank you all for being here. And playing with me.
Good job, Daddy.
Thanks for
You
reminding
did
me.
it! You
Game.
survived!
Yeah, barely.
Yay. And hey, none of these suckers had to show up, so
thank
yay. That would have been bad.
That would have been real
Buy some new
bad.
dice. And I just bought new dice. They have a return policy, right?
You're gonna break him in.
Yeah.
I think
the bigger,
sometimes-
better
Or maybe
day.
it's operator error.
Send the light sage.
Oh, is that what it is? I think sometimes when you buy new dice, your other ones get jealous.
That's
So
what
like
happened,
they
yeah.
just don't get along right away.
Yeah.
think
They
it's a
so
My dice get jealous. The new dice will be like, hey, shut up. I'm bigger than you.
It's got a big metal one now.
I'm gonna send all of you over to our friends at the Scabby Rooster.
Yeah, Scabby Rooster.
They're friends of ours from Hyper and other places. We also worked on with them on the LARP, a love story short thing, which is super fun, a little documentary. See, does Andrew know that his hat somehow makes him look even more like Danny?
I don't weird. I don't know how that works.
All right, cool. So again, thank you all so much. Tune in tomorrow night for Perception Check. It's a good time. Yeah, with those guys, the fellow friends. Cool. I'm doing it. I'm hitting the thing.
Do it.
Let's load it up.
Bye guys.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
We didn't
Bye.
die.
It's gonna be